All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It is Wednesday. I have a slight correction from yesterday's show. I said 2025. Dang it. Dang it. But yes, it's January 7th, 2026 now. It's 1 o'clock Central Time. This is We Grow Wednesday, and we have a wonderful show for you planned. And I got a new intro to play here. It's almost 5 minutes long. We'll be right back after that, guys. Help us out. Hit the like button, share it out. We're back on Facebook. There was a bit of a snafu the last couple of days with some technical issues, but we are back, and everything should be a-okay on the Facebook side. So let us know in the comments below. We'll be right back, guys. Let's grow.
Scrolling through the noise, stories hitting hard, cutting through the void. Big Ugg pulling strings, poison in the feed. What they're selling us ain't what we need. Posting articles, lighting up the screen, common struggle shared, know what I mean. Time to wake 'em now, see the hidden game. We grow Wednesday, hey, stop and look around. We grow Wednesday, plant it in the ground. Grow our own, break the chains, rise up strong. Knowledge in our veins where we belong. We grow, yeah, we grow. Every soul gotta eat, fuel the fire inside. But the cause of twisting truth, trying to hide. Processed lies on shelves, stealing our health away. New tech coming fast, showing us a better way. Community talking, sharing what we find. Self-sustainable minds, leaving change behind. Digging in the dirt or digging for the truth. We grow Wednesday, hey, stop and look around. We grow Wednesday, plant it in the ground. Grow our own, break the chains, rise up strong. Knowledge in our veins where we belong. We grow, yeah, we grow. No more blind, no more fed their lies. Hands in the soil, fire in our eyes. From seed to strength, we're taking control. Empower the body, empower the soul. Wednesday rolls again, gather round the feet. Health and wellness news, planting every seed. Growing food ourselves, growing who we are. Better versions rise, shooting for the stars. Big Food's empire cracks. We won't bound time. We grow Wednesday. Hey, hey, stop it on Wednesday. We grow Wednesday. Hey.
And we're back. Trying to get a few tags in there at the end. And I hope you guys helped us out. I appreciate it. I see a few of you already in the house. We've got our friend Tala with us, and my friend Glenn, who's been on the show before. We'll pull him up right now. Unfortunately, there is no like tag on the windows yet. I'm actually gonna. I gotta remember to message Rumble and see if they can give us some tags, so we can see who's who. Tala is back with us for a few weeks now in a row, which is great. And I saw that link that you sent me. We're definitely going to be checking that out. Um, yeah, Wednesdays, guys, we just get together. We try to take ourselves out of our routine long enough to look at what's happening in the world with our food, our health, our wellness, our agriculture, a little bit of cannabis, all the psilocybin news out there. There's a lot of different things going on, and we check it out on Wednesdays. And sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's interesting and informative. Sometimes it's pretty scary. So we always check those out. Tala's good about that. We double check some things throughout the show. I always like doing that because you just can't believe anything anymore. But Tala, hi, how are you? If you want to say hello to the people, the masses, 17 of us already in here. What's up, everybody?
Yes. Can you hear me okay today?
Yes. Oh, much better.
I,
Nice.
I always hate when people do that in spaces. The first thing they say, "Can
Right.
you hear me?" It's like, "We'll let you know."
Mm-hmm. It's true, but you're on camera. It's a little different.
Tweaking everything,
Yeah.
so we're testing. Yeah, I got the camera situated where I want it now, so it's all good.
So I want to make sure you guys know that I'm not like overly was it pretentious is the right word. I didn't tell them to give me the bigger box. This is just how the Rumble Studio works. Like I could really move us around. It's just a weird thing that they
It
did. Like
looks
this
right.
is
It looks right. You're the primary host. I'm the co-host. It's all good.
I'm
it's
thinking,
weird. I like to. I'm a fan of the round table. King Arthur and such. But yeah, Glenn, hi. How are you?
Good day, sir. How are you? Good
It's been
morning,
a little
Tara.
while. I told you I'm gonna have you back on months ago, but just never got
Yeah.
back to it. So,
Oh, that's all right. We're both busy podcasters and doing stuff,
mhm.
right? So, uh,
Speaking of which, just I guess real quick, what's the name of your podcast for everybody out there?
I am the host of the THC show with Cannabis Culture and Pot TV.
Okay,
I'm also part of a documentary called Braving Healing, right here,
yes, that's the one.
where it is a documentary on being a survivor of childhood sexual abuse.
That is very important, and we
Yeah,
want to
and
get
I
into
just
that.
wrote a book about it too and how I survived, and that's going to be released on Monday, which is my birthday.
Where can people get it? Do you know?
It will be available on Amazon. I'll send you a link so you can share it out when I get it on Monday. So I
Okay.
have to. It's already at the printers. I have a publishing company, 1,000 Trees in Ontario, who is publishing the book and stuff like that. So yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty good. Yeah, they
Yeah.
like the story. They came back with, "Oh my God, that's incredible," and they wanted to share it. So there you
Well,
go. Now
I'm
you
thinking.
can always find.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I was just gonna. I'm thinking I'd like to read it and then have you on, and we could talk about it. Like a few months,
Sure,
a little
sure.
while from
I could
now.
even just read you the introduction of it right now if you want.
Wow. Why not?
Like, all right, well,
I think it's
yeah,
awesome. And very
I've got
important.
the I've got the introduction and everything right here. So just give me a second to find to find it.
So
But
I'll just tell everybody while you're looking, guys, if you would like to join us over on the Rumble, that's definitely still our primary spot. And if you can get it, if we get up to 30 people on Rumble, I will give out the $20 door prize if you guys want to do that. If you want to try and share it out and get it up there, repost it inside of Rumble. Um, hey, I see everybody coming in on the Facebook today. Finally, we fixed the issue. What's up, Ty? What's up, Kayla? Fred? Um, Betty, hello. All right. So whenever you're ready, I don't want to
yeah,
hold you up.
I gotta scroll down to find
Oh,
it.
I see. No problem. No problem.
I've got it in the email, but I have to go through a bunch of emails to find it. I know where I can find it really quickly. Hold on a minute. There we go. I can just go into Braving Healing because I put it in there.
More than one way to skin a cat is just sad. I don't know if the people do that anymore, but that's a saying. More than one way to skin a cat.
All right. Here you go. All right. So
All right.
this is the introduction to the book. I never imagined that the darkest parts of my life would one day become words on a page. For years, I carried the story like a secret weight, hidden, heavy, and suffocating. I believed silence was survival. I believed that if I buried the pain deep enough, it would eventually disappear. But pain doesn't vanish. It lingers in the corners of your mind, shaping who you are, how you love, and how you see the world. This book is not just about what happened to me, it's about what it felt like to live through it, the confusion, the fear, the shame, and the desperate search for belonging. It's about the choices I made to survive when survival seemed impossible. It's about the scars that never fully fade and the strength I didn't know I had. I was a child when my innocence was stolen. I was a teenager when I learned that the world could be cruel and indifferent. I was an adult when I realized that healing is not a straight path. It's a winding road filled with setbacks, breakthroughs, and moments of grace. If you're reading this because you've lived through something similar, I want you to know that you are not alone. Your story matters, your pain matters, and your healing matters. This is my truth. It begins on January 12th, 1965, in Toronto, Ontario, and it takes you through the places, the people, and the moments that shaped me, both the ones that broke me and the ones that helped me rise again.
Wow.
Wow, eh?
That's I think that's what the publisher said too, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. She went, oh my God, incredible.
Yeah. No, I mean, I gotta say that I'm definitely gonna read it. I don't typically read nonfiction, to be
It's
honest.
yeah, it's only 37 pages, 13
Oh wow.
chapters. Yeah, she said that that was good because people
Hmm.
nowadays don't really want to read a long book,
Hmm.
and if you can get everything into it and send your story that way, that it would be more powerful, and that's what she was hoping for. So
Right. You
that's
could
right
always
up.
write a second, like you could follow up if you had
I
more.
probably
Right.
could. Yeah,
Right.
I don't know if I could right now, but but I also I've written a children's book that might be available on Amazon too.
Wow. Okay. The children's book is about
Children's
what?
book is about how the narwhal got his horn.
Oh,
You
so
know what
like
a
some kind
narwhal?
of
You know what
is
a
this some kind of
narwhal is?
Canadian fable? What's going on
No, no,
here?
no. The narwhal is a whale that's got a horn,
Yeah,
right? Okay,
like a
so in the
unicorn.
story, I tell the story that when God flooded the earth and the unicorn missed the ark, God turned the unicorn into a narwhal and let him keep his horn so he could always remember that he was once a unicorn.
Wow.
Yeah, I got
So
illustrations and everything. Yeah, I've already written that. I've already sold 30 copies of that book.
that sounds good. Yeah, like we need more good kids books out there that don't
Yeah,
have
and
some kind
kids
of
love
hidden
unicorns and
agenda.
stuff, right? So we
Hmm.
ever, if you ever wondered why the narwhal has a horn, this could be one of the explanations, right? It's actually a tooth that they have, and it's used for breaking the ice. That's
Really?
what it is. Yeah, but it looks more like
It comes from their jaw. You mean?
it comes right out of their head, I believe.
Wow.
I'd have to do more research on that, but yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. You
Um,
never seen a picture of one?
I know what you're talking about. I just didn't know, like
Yeah.
what the uses of it, like what it was all about. Like I
Well,
thought it
my
was
thinking
defense.
was that my thinking was like if the god flooded the earth, what it could survive but a whale, right?
Hmm.
And then
Yeah,
this whale has a horn, so yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
The whales definitely will outlive us. I think they've lived much longer than us, and they will
yeah.
be around. Okay, let me share this in.
It's
Tala,
a
how are
it's
you?
a
Go ahead.
it's a canine tooth, by the way. It grows through the upper
Uh,
lip.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah,
so it is like off of the jaw basically, and
yeah,
the whole
and it
jaw
has
structure.
millions of nerve endings, it says,
Oh,
so I didn't even realize it was a tooth.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was a tooth. I had to do the research too, but it still looks like a horn, right? It looks
but the
still looks
nerve
like
endings.
a horn, right? So that's
Imagine that. Imagine like a toothache from that thing. Like
Yeah, imagine
ow,
that you don't wanna bump that on anything.
like a exposed nerve. You ever had one of those? Oh man.
Dude,
Um,
I got some dental work that I can't afford to finish. Yeah.
okay, so
All
I'm
right,
gonna
so
share this in. Go ahead.
I just shared the Facebook link to Braving Healing, the page where I've got the documentary.
Okay.
All right.
I did pin. I'm gonna start doing this. I pinned on Facebook the co-host and the guest links to your pages. So although I link to your profile, Tala, I should link to your. I want people to know who you are though, instead of the your. Uh, but tell me again though, I'm probably gonna butcher it. It's First Light Warrior, but
First Light
it's
Warrior. Yeah,
first
that's
and
that's my
first.
brand.
Yes, that's it.
If the easiest way to find all of my stuff is to go to my link tree
That's on
because
your profile too. Then
everything is there. Yeah, it's
good.
it's on most of my profiles.
Right.
I don't
It's
think
on
it's on
mine
my
too.
Facebook.
Somebody asked me that people will still ask you. They're like, "Where? Well, how can I?" Well, just go to this link here, and then you'll be
I
able to
never
see
thought
everything.
about it until I did my last set of business cards, and my mentor said, "Stop," because like I was rearranging things, and he goes, "You need Linktree." It didn't occur to me.
Hmm.
The QR code goes on your card. You never have to redesign your card.
Hmm.
Everything gets
That's
changed on the website.
this QR code here goes to my link tree. So
Exactly.
it's on my shirt and everything.
One
It's on
QR
my
to another.
stickers that I send out. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if I remember right, maybe let me know if I'm wrong here, Tala. But I think we ended off on this guy telling us about the how trees can tell you the story of the land, of like what's going, like where water is and stuff like that. That was a good story. And then
I
I
think
don't think we talked about this one yet. It's
I don't
journal,
think we did. That
the
doesn't sound
journal
familiar.
Nature. Let me read the picture at least. A cysteine rich diet. Cysteine, such as one including eggs, yolk, chicken, turkey. Okay, I think we did talk about this actually, because
Yeah, now
I
that sounds
noticed that.
familiar.
Yeah, I noticed that
Yeah. Because I
it had
remember commenting, "Don't dissect your food, like, eat whole eggs, eat the egg yolk." Yeah.
right. It had yogurt in there too. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I know we've talked about this too many times, so we don't have to stay on it. But man, I just kept seeing these stories popping up about scrombiting. Are you seeing those in Canada too, Glenn? I wonder if it's everyone assumes it's propaganda in America because of pharma about to take over the industry. Go ahead. What do you think?
What is scromating?
Wow, so they're not even getting it at all. Like
I
it's
didn't
there,
even know, okay.
we're being inundated with these ads and these fake stories about something called scromiting, which in a nutshell is a weed. They call it a weed disorder right away. They're using derogatory terms, and then they say it's basically you have this fit of puking that is not like nonstop, like you can't
Yeah,
stop puking.
yeah,
Or now, I mean, I've thrown up on cannabis, but not like this
yeah,
nonstop. Um, it's something where it's like they're saying people are dying from it and stuff like that. It's just this really uh, fear mongering kind of campaign that we're seeing from multiple news sources. That's all I can. That's how I can describe it. Tala, do you have anything to add to that? I think
I just think it's funny that, like, any excuse to come up with a new portmanteau, right? Scromiting. It's
a new
like,
thing.
I guess
Yeah, a
it's
new
for
word.
screaming and vomiting.
Yeah, you're like violently vomiting, like they say, like you're violent, like "Ah," like
We
exorcism
gotta have a
style.
new term for it. We gotta have a label.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nonsense. Look, if you are allergic, do not indulge. If you are intolerant, do not indulge. If you are sensitive to it, be very careful. Like I'm venom sensitive, so I try to avoid stings. I had one recently, and I almost had a second one, but it nailed my thumbnail. I got lucky. So the more times I get stung, then I'm at a higher risk for becoming anaphylactic. I do not want that. So if you're sensitive to something, then don't expose yourself to it. This is pretty basic. And I think this lands in that category. I do not believe for one second that someone who is not intolerant or allergic, who uses it responsibly, is going to develop this condition. I think they're fear mongering and it's nonsense.
There's a
mm,
community note here that says scromining is being falsely tied to all marijuana use, where the actual fact differ. Scromining is tied to THC heavy or concentrate products. such as vapes, oils, edibles, as reported by hospitals experiencing increased cases. It's stemming from an increase in the use of products with little moderation. Caution should be exercised, like you just said, when consuming these products. They weren't ever meant to be used in the same frequency as flower marijuana is used. So that's I don't know
I mean,
how they come up with that, but I
so
kind of agree.
one of the ones that I buy is wild. There's 10 gummies in here. They're 10 milligrams each. I'm not stupid. They're not candy, right? So if I were to eat this whole package, yeah, I'd probably throw up.
I do that
Right.
whole
I'd be
package every
passed out
night.
for a week.
I do
Yeah,
that. I do it in a capsule, 100 milligrams every night.
yeah. I don't even need this is how much of a lightweight because I've worked very hard to come off of all of the treatments that I possibly can. This
Yeah,
transitioned me off opioids, aspirin, and acetaminophen. But
that's good.
now this 10 milligram, I never would have eaten a whole one. That's how much of a lightweight. I'm only 5'5", guys. I'm little, but so
I wish
half.
I was like that.
I know, like half was what I was using on a bad day. One quarter would be a normal, right? I can't even do that now. A quarter of one of these will flatten me for the night.
Wow.
So I just take a tiny little piece just to take the edge off, like the sciatica flare I just had. But that's because I didn't use it for at all for like 4 months.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's how much improved I am. So this was transitional to get me to a functional place, and I'm so grateful, and I still have it if I need it. But right now, like today, I don't need it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I were to eat this, I'd probably throw up.
While you would green out, you'd probably go to sleep and you feel very body heavy and stuff. The one thing that screams a warning about that post is that cannabis is anti-nauseant.
Hmm.
So if you're an anti-nauseant, how could you be puking continuously, right?
That
So
depends
that
also on which formulation.
Right.
also,
That's the problem.
but there was that fake weed that the states
Hmm.
had too, right? That they were selling it in the stores and stuff like that. That was making people sick. So let's just maybe play a little bit on the theory here that maybe somebody in the states is messing with some
Hmm.
cannabis that is making people getting sick, just like they do with the opioids and fentanyl, in order to get those people dead. Maybe somebody is actually out there doing something to the state's marijuana to make these people sick.
I like what you're
That's
thinking here. I think,
terrifying.
Yeah,
yeah, it is. I don't know.
because then they can say
I would
we were
say
right, right?
right. Well, but I would say I would point the finger more at big pharma now that we've went to
Oh
Schedule
yeah,
3, because now what's going to happen is they're going to demonize the sort of I don't know, grassroots is the right way, to pun intended, but
yeah,
like like the what would you call it, the more uh, public level, or the I wouldn't say street level, but like the little guys, the small growers, the community that's being built online, and all this in person. That is, they're trying to like put the kibosh on that, put the big stamp of big pharma on it, and no, like just like tobacco, you don't have
yeah,
like tobacco twists. The people aren't growing it anymore. Like I think you might be able to somewhere in America, but they sufficiently took it out of our hands, not necessarily by force, but it was like a convenience thing, like we do with
yeah,
everything else. We outsource it eventually because, oh, it's so much more convenient to buy
I don't
this.
know about other states, but at least in California, I pay more because I don't have a card.
Hmm.
I get taxed heavily. That hurts. But I
Why
don't
don't you
want
get
the
a
card.
card? No, you
I
don't want the
don't want the card.
label,
I
or
don't
what?
want to be in their system. I don't want to
Ah,
support that. I
yeah.
have moral compunction about that. And I don't have very many of those, but in this area, yeah, I don't want to support that because it shouldn't be regulated like this. So like we talked about this 1 or 2 episodes back, changing where it is on the schedule is 50-50. There's benefits to it, but we know what's going to happen. They take control of it, they tax it, they refine it, they do all this stuff. This is as refined as I want to get.
Yeah,
I don't
and
want them taking
well,
over.
to the point of this scrum thing, to your point, Glenn, too, it could be several things. The actual tainted laced weed. I hate to say weed; it's cannabis. I personally believe weed, pot, and getting high or stoned are all like bad looks for the medicine, for the herb. I know
You
it's
notice I
such
don't
a
use those terms.
right. I try not to, but it's I'm around so many people that do, and it's hard. And also it's ingrained in us for so many years. That was like the cool thing. You say it off on the side, because this and that. You could say the word weed because, hey, we got weeds in the backyard, so we could still, or whatever. And so I get that. I get the sort of like fun sort of community side of it, the cultural side. Hey, we got it. We're gonna call it different things. There's like 100 different terms for it. But I think calling it a weed for sure makes it sound bad. And all the people who are against cannabis use that kind of terminology. They don't say
Yeah.
cannabis or marijuana. They call it the weed or the
The
this.
weed.
Yeah, right. Do you
Yeah, I
do
don't
the
like.
weed? Yeah, right into the vein. No, just kidding.
46
And I'll
years
correct
now.
people too.
40
If they say something like that, "Oh, you use weed?" No, I use cannabis medically.
I don't like the term weed for any plant because most plants aren't really weed
Right.
anyway. They have so many uses, and that's another propaganda
Definitionally,
term.
weed is something that you don't want growing where it is.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all
what
it
you.
means.
But if it
Yeah,
has a use, and we're still calling it a weed, I think there's a problem with that.
yeah.
And there's a lot of things I feel like it was a propaganda sort of push at some point where, again, I hate to I'm not one of those insanely intensely oppositional to big pharma because it was a natural thing for us to sort of industrialize medicine over time. But I still see it as a let's make it sound bad in the backyard while we're synthesizing it in the lab to make it a pill for you to take, whatever it might be, aspirin or whatever. And it's like, man, why is that? Why aren't we doing more of that? Now there are plenty of like apothecaries and there's some herbalists out there now. There's different books you see on Facebook or wherever that advertise the herbalist guide or whatever. I'd love to get one, actually. I should. But anyway, we can move on.
big,
But yeah, go
big,
ahead.
big, big pharma is just gonna put some additives in it, and then we're gonna have some side effects and
Hmm.
stuff like that. There's no side effects to the natural plant, but if big pharma gets into it, there's probably going to be some side effects, just like with all other medicines that they
Oh
have.
yeah, the
And I'm
FDA
trying to
has
avoid all that.
right.
Yeah,
They
I know.
have
That's why I'm saying big pharma should just stay the hell out of cannabis. We can grow it in our own backyards right now in Canada and stuff like that. So why do we need big pharma to do this stuff? We can just do it ourselves. I can make my own edibles. I don't need some government company to make my edibles for me and stuff.
but Glenn, what about the scrum? No, just yeah, they
I,
definitely would rather
I think I'm
now.
going to puke about that post more than about smoking it.
I had to look it up because I couldn't remember Marinol. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh,
That was the
Marinol. Yeah,
regulated.
that's
That's what
yeah,
they use during chemo, and
Mm.
yeah.
so like I've known people who've been on that in the past,
Right here.
and the idea is to stop, the vomiting and induce hunger.
Yeah.
But that would be the CBG, which one of my gummies has that. I don't
Hmm.
really need that, but once in a while, yeah, there because I have a Zofran prescription, which works really well, technically an antihistamine, but I have to be conscientious because there's another one that is their go-to that I'm apparently allergic to. So I went to the ER once and they shot me up with Dilaudid and Phenergan. It's Phenergan. Dilaudid was to kill the pain so they could move me to X-ray me, and I'd never had it before. And I told them, whatever's in that syringe, put it down because we need to talk. I'm very sensitive to sedating meds, first of all, and I
Hmm.
don't know what you've got in that. And he just looked at me like he thought it was funny. I'm all okey doke. And sure enough, they crashed my blood pressure so bad I almost threw up and passed out. Right.
Wow.
So I'm as an autoimmune patient, very sensitive to these things. So the anti nausea med that I have is fine, but I'm very sparing even with that one. I
Mm.
would rather nibble on a little tiny piece of gummy if
Yeah.
that works for me on a day that I'm having that kind of difficulty. It's just
Yeah.
rare now.
I would try to maybe put yourself on a regiment of edibles at nighttime to help you sleep. That's why I take my capsule. I make my own, my girlfriend makes capsules for me with full extract cannabis oil and CBN in it. I have a whole jar of CBN right here.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I've been taking those for 4 years. And I don't have any colds. I don't have any flus or anything like that. It's been like 7 years since I've been sick. And you take it 2 hours before bedtime so it helps you sleep through the night. And also, we know that when you're sleeping, your body is doing more healing than when you're awake. So if you can put that together with some cannabis oil, it's all benefits.
What I've been on for a long time that works really well for me, and
Yeah.
this I'll always say this as a warning because people tick off with stuff and don't think. Do not take 5-HTP if you are on a prescription antidepressant med. That's the disclaimer. Do not do it. Serotonin syndrome is dangerous. So I take 5-HTP at night, and I also take my
What is
lysine.
5-HTP?
It's 5-hydroxytryptophan. It's a Grafania seed extract.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
So it boosts your available serotonin, reduces norepinephrine, both of which I need leveled
Yeah.
that way with my conditions. And it prompts your body to produce its own melatonin because you can't take melatonin if you're an autoimmune patient. It's
Oh,
not
wow.
safe. Nobody should be taking melatonin.
Yeah.
So that's a safe
Nah.
way to get it. Then my lysine, glycinate, magnesium, and glutathione, and
Hmm.
that works. Yeah.
CBN is a sedative, and it's a natural sedative. So maybe you could look into something like that too.
It's good, but it's just I don't need it now.
It would
Okay.
knock you out for sure. Like it
Yeah,
Well,
it
it
might even
doesn't.
doesn't
knock
knock
you
Yeah,
out.
me out. It doesn't really knock. It just helps you get there. It's an
it does for
anti-inflammatory,
me.
and it helps you sleep. Right. So
It
yeah.
does for me. I'm sedation sensitive. It's bad.
So I know that when I do like some a dab of Reclaim, I know I'm going to be a little more tired because it's a little bit higher in CBN once it's
Yeah.
been processed like that. But yeah,
Mhm.
I think I'm going to pull this wheel up real quick just to tease you guys in the audience. If you want to be on the door prize, make sure you comment. Let's see some hashtags. Hashtag We Grow Wednesday. Hashtag First Light Warrior. Hashtag Glenn Wells. I don't know. Let's hashtag a few things, and I'll put you guys on this wheel. We're going to get back to this list here. We've got a story. New analysts show margarine harms arteries more aggressively than bacon grease. Wow, who would have thought?
Yes.
Who would have thought? Man,
Uh,
Not like we ever said that, right?
I can't believe it's not butter.
Take
I stopped.
America Coffee again.
Oh, Glenn, you are commenting on the private chat. You'll have to hit the little arrow to switch it to Rumble.
I
Oh,
can get it to
what?
switch.
Oh,
You're in the private chat. Yeah, it's a
it says
weird.
It
all.
won't let
It says
me.
I'm in
You can't
all.
switch it to Rumble, huh?
No, it
I
won't.
don't
Like
know.
Well,
it
what if I
says
do
all,
that?
but
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, I see it.
If you click the all, maybe you can switch.
wait. Tell me where that is, because
That's
it
private.
says all, but you said it goes to private.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's going to.
mine says I'm in all. It doesn't say that I'm in private. Private's over here.
Hmm.
Going well, it's 8 out of 10. Yeah, it says I'm in all.
But am
Hmm.
I?
What? Right. They did have some issues recently. I'm
There's a
just glad to
tab up
be.
there,
I'm
but
gonna make you
it
both
says
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
in all, but
moderators.
you said it wasn't.
Oops, I accidentally muted you. Unmute. There we go. My bad. I unmuted Glenn. Glenn, you'll have to unmute yourself now. I accidentally clicked the mute button. I was trying to promote you both to moderator. Now see what happens. You're both quote moderators.
You did that before though, and I don't know.
I don't remember what happened.
It
Chris.
says only Rumble Studio participants can see, so I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody can see me in that or
No, that's
not.
private still. That's weird.
Yeah, but it
Yeah,
says
and it says
message.
all.
It says message / private in wherever I send it. So it says it's going to both, maybe.
It's. I don't see that though. That's weird. It's not
Hmm.
going anywhere. Anyway,
Oh,
that's
wow.
neither here nor there. I was just hoping
I
to.
see Tala's
show 'em right.
test.
Yeah, you guys can see those, but we won't. No one else can see them for some reason.
That is so strange.
All right, who else is here? Wants to on the wheel? Let me know, and we'll add you as we go here.
I can see you.
I don't know. It says Rumble participants can see me.
Yeah.
Rumble Studio.
Oh, you're
Rumble
in there.
Studio.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
just us three. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
See, I can switch it to
I don't know how to fix
any of
it.
them specifically.
Rumble
Yeah, they
needs
must
to
have it
fix their
broken.
stuff.
Yeah, they're always constantly breaking stuff, but that's because they're always trying to add and fix stuff and add more things and all that. So I understand their plight, trying to catch up with YouTube. You know, like constantly probably adding more servers and all this and that. But at the
Yeah, but
same
this is
time,
basic.
Right. Well, it was. It was. I'm sure it was working at some point like that. But they when they add something, they break something for some reason. But I
Yeah.
will say this about Rumble, and I said it earlier, but I can email them and I get the support team, and I get an answer like within 24 hours or a fix.
Nice.
And usually, like, and I can actually send suggestions and ask them to, for this or this, and then they can tell me either whether they're going to add that or, so they've actually been. Yeah, I can't do that anywhere else, So I
Considering
get
on other platforms you just never get a reply.
right. I actually have the access to a phone number for Facebook because I have the blue check and everything. You get, you can actually call them,
Ah,
but it's not like for what it for what it means.
Yeah,
Waylon,
I like
thanks, James.
the support, and then they call me.
Yeah, right. They
Yeah,
need to. They should. But then they're from usually the only time I ever used it, I was talking to somebody in a call center, and of course, they didn't know anything about anything, and so it's just they give you a number now, but it's not really anyway. So I'll read a little bit about this. I feel like it's common sense nowadays, but for decades, margarine was sold as the responsible, heart healthy alternative to butter. But new dietary analysis show it may harm arteries far more aggressively than bacon grease ever could, thanks to industrial processing, omega 6 imbalance, chemical stabilizers, and the ghost of hydrogenated oils. The ghost of hydrogenated oils. By the way, this is from Carnivore Clan. Must be a group on Facebook. Um, that were once quietly linked to inflammation, that this is what happens when marketing wins over biology. All right, so there's some opinion in here, and obviously, Carnivore Clan, they're going to be against anything that's not animal based. So you got to take a little bit of a grain of salt, to be a pun intended, but I still think it's correct. I mean,
it is.
real butter or tallow are the way to go. I want to start making or getting some tallow for sure.
Make
it's
your own. I
margarine
can give
with
you some
oil
instruction on that if you need it.
into
It's
my arteries.
easy and you can probably make it for free.
Both can pose
Um,
risks, but
you don't have to pay for tallow.
I would like to do that because then my dogs can have the bone. Well, no, you don't want to give dogs cooked bones.
No. You know,
So,
and you're not making it from bones.
oh, you're not okay. I thought it was
Uh-uh.
like it's
You go
lard
to
maybe.
your butcher and ask them like what day do you process your beef? With me, it's Stater Brothers any day of the week. Weekends, not so much. But I can go in, I call and say, hey, set aside 5 pounds of fat trimmings for me. In some places might charge you $1 a pound, but if they're good, they won't charge you because they're just going to throw it away. You see them in there
Right.
trimming it off the sticks. I'm like, yo, can you leave that on there?
Yeah.
So, but instead, I'll pay for just the poundage on the lean meat and then say, give me the fat for free and take it
Hmm.
home and process it. I have been cooking with tallow, ghee, occasionally avocado oil. That one's acceptable because it's not a seed, that's a
Hmm.
fruit.
It's
Um,
high in fats too. Good fats.
yes, it's all the right, it's the right balance. So once in a while, I I allow for sunflower oil in extreme moderation, but I don't cook with it. I might use it on my sprouted buckwheat or a salad or something.
Hmm.
And same with olive oil. I do not cook with olive oil. If I go over here to the Penny Mart that's run by a Middle Eastern family, they will tell you don't cook with olive oil. You can use it on stuff raw, but if you cook with it, you're risking that smoke point and all kinds of stuff. It's not good. But yeah, I've
Hmm.
been cooking with tallow, ghee, all of that, and back to eating red meat. It's now a year. It's now a little over a
Hmm.
year ketovore. So
Good.
I
Ketovore. I like that
never
term.
felt better.
So Scott has a question. Why not cooked bones? So Scott, I don't know. Maybe we could debunk it, but I have always heard that if you cook the bones, they can they can break into shards.
Yeah,
And
they splinter in the
he
choke.
says
Yeah.
he worked at a dog food place and we cooked bones. They probably processed it afterwards, like ground it up or something to that
Yes.
effect. That
You don't want
wasn't
to just toss them a bone that's been cooked though.
right.
And
That's what
unless
I've
like you
always
can give
heard.
it to them uncooked, but the thing about that is you really have to have not only a dog that is accustomed to a raw diet, but one that is well suited to it. For example, greyhounds, you can toss them raw chicken and they will swallow the whole thing and then they will cough back up the bones later. That's what they do. It's the weirdest thing, and they're perfectly
Wow.
fine.
I googled with Gemini why margarine is worse than bacon. It
Mhm.
says both can pose risks, but margarine contains trans fats that increase bad cholesterol, while bacon contains saturated fats and sodium.
Right.
So
That's what
that's
The biggest problem with bacon is the preservatives. I
Mhm.
get uncured. I get stuff that doesn't have
oh,
nitrite.
I
All
go
of
to the
that.
butcher
Ah,
shop and buy mine
Oh,
right
nice.
right from the butcher place. We had a
yep.
little building on a farm.
Do
So
you
Yeah.
yeah,
guys eat pork otherwise? Do you ever eat like anything else
not too
pork?
much.
I
Just
don't really either. Yeah.
bacon in the morning. That's about it. Bacon, eggs, and hash brown. That's about it.
I think
I
it
can cook
was.
with
Go
lard,
ahead. Okay.
and
Oh yeah, yeah.
I can eat bacon as long as it doesn't have the preservatives. I get it
Mhm.
from Stater Brothers, where I know it's U.S. sourced and nothing added, and I'm fine with that. But my body does not process the like ham, the lean cut. That's actually very difficult protein to digest. So if you have a sensitive digestive system, pork may not agree with you. And that was where I had to draw the line when I came back to eating red meat. Is yeah, those lean cuts of pork do not agree with me.
So speaking of not agreeing, Scott says nope, whole bones like the femur you can get at the pet food store. So I don't know. Let's look into this a little bit. I'm just gonna ask Super Grok. Well, you can look it up elsewhere if you like. Why cooked bones are dangerous. Cooking makes bones brittle and prone to splintering, which is what I've always heard, into sharp shards when chewed. These splinters can cause serious issues such as choking, broken teeth, mouth or tongue injuries, uh, perforations in the esophagus, stomach, or intestines, blockages requiring emergency surgery. Even small bones from table scraps pose a high risk. So I don't know, Scott. That's crazy. Like they must have they must have had some way of doing it that you know was legal. I don't know. Like what? Like I guess you could don't tell us the company name, I guess, but yeah, it sounds a little bit fishy to me. I'm not sure what the
I mean, they
disconnect
might
is there.
for dog treats and stuff. They might cook and grind it up and then reform it. So then it's essentially a powder.
He
I
says
don't
he cooked
know.
it, packaged it, and shipped it out, the whole bone.
Huh. Well, I mean, they sell bully sticks too, but that got a lot of attention a
Hmm.
year or two ago for like dogs that were choking and stuff. So
And I don't give my dogs rawhide either. All the bad stuff about rawhide. That's interesting, Scott. Give me something to find there. Maybe we can find some more information on it. Um, Here we go. Then this next story is from Explaining the World's Post. Explaining the World. Most American kids hear fewer than 10 phrases daily, yet new research shows children may need 10 times more as 100 targeted phrases increased reward center activity and challenged decades of parenting advice. Um, yeah, that's a lot. So basically, we don't talk to our kids enough using, and I thought this for a little while now that we don't use adult words enough to our kids. We sort of goo goo gaga them too long. And I find myself talking in the third person too much with my son. Dad needs to get this done, and dad has to do, or dad wants this. Like I have to try to stop doing that, too. There's so many things. And there was this video. I don't know if you guys ever saw the video of these kids in like the 50s or something, like the 40s maybe, and they're talking like they're like 8 years old. They're talking like full on adults because that's what they were around back then. They didn't have kids shows that were like, oh baby,
my
what's
mom
this?
didn't baby
Like
talk with us. She did like my brother and I both conversed like adults when we were children.
it says praise is more than encouragement. It is a biological signal that shapes how a child's brain grows and understands its own value. New research suggests that the amount of praise. I said phrases.
No, you gotta
Uh,
praise me.
Well, I think it's
praise
both.
children. Well, I think
Praise
there is a
God.
connection for sure. That's why I kind of went off on a different thought because
Yeah.
but this is definitely not what I thought. Children typically receive may be far below what their development brain needs. Okay, so yeah, I do. I try to praise my son as much as possible, but I do find myself in a negative tone a lot of times if he's being inappropriate or whatever. And it's more about, hey, let's stop the inappropriateness. And when they're being good, there isn't a cue or a like a trigger for you to say something good to them. Hey, they're being good, good, everything's good. I can keep working or whatever it is I'm doing, and we're having a good time. But without the praise, I'm seeing what they're saying here, and I do praise them when I can. But I think I'm gonna, just because of this
It
post, I might have
also
to uptick it.
it teaches them to build themselves up, which my parents didn't teach me. It wasn't until I had this mentor that I've known for 4 years that I learned to build myself up. And
Mhm.
so some people that's automatic to them, like they had parents that taught them how to say good things about themselves, how to encourage themselves, that whole never quit thing that I teach now. I
Hmm.
had to learn that in my 50s. So if if you are more likely to encourage your child by saying you did this thing good, and even if there's something disciplinary, say, okay, this wasn't a good way to handle it, but I saw this thing that you did, so if we can focus more on doing that good thing, it's the redirect to the positives that actually helps. My parents did not teach me that. Yeah.
So Scott says that's wild. That dog food plant is still up and running. Yeah, I mean, obviously take the AI with a grain of salt that I searched it on, man. But that's something I've always heard. I guess Tala and I were on the same page with it too. So there's some
Yeah.
corroborating evidence. Man, this is a long article, but you know what? I want to say this. Let's just take the term child out of it and say we should praise each other more,
Yeah.
as adults.
Yes.
Like there should be more positive, and not just things like, oh, let's be positive, or let's, just like saying positive words, but actually saying, hey, you know what, you're really good at this. I like that you're good at this. But then I don't know. I feel like it could come off as like, hey, you're good at this, doing this thing for me. But like,
No.
thanks for doing that so well. Like, I mean, I don't
I
know.
run
You got
into
there's.
this with I'm a motivational speaker for anybody who doesn't know. So, like this morning in a space, the one I was in before I came here, I got feedback from somebody that was really meaningful, just like somebody that has gotten value from what I've shared, the things that I teach. When it's sincere, then the you can hear it. Like I've known this person for a little while, so I knew that she meant what she was saying. So it definitely should come from a genuine place. Like you don't have to work too hard for it.
Right,
If you're
like a
if you're having to
real.
work too hard for it, then yeah, it's gonna sound fake.
It's got to be
So find
sincere.
something that's
Yeah.
genuine. Yeah. But we
Like
should
I.
we should be giving each other the feedback. Like I really like how you did this thing.
Mhm.
That should be our go-to.
I mean, I think I did that earlier. I said, I appreciate that you are not only like we didn't even have any sort of conversation about it, but it was like an unwritten rule that we both were like, let's go check, let's corroborate this, let's go find some other evidence, let's go search it, and that works out well, especially for a show like this. Yeah. What time is it for? We got about
I like
10
working
minutes,
with you.
guys. Yeah. Well,
When
thanks.
it,
I
when it comes
appreciate
to
that.
praise, I'm a father of four. I find that sometimes if you just leave the praise till a little bit later and say, hey, remember earlier on today you did this?
Hmm.
I really appreciated that. Sometimes the praise after the fact and that you actually remembered that they did it means more to them than saying it right there and then. Right, because
Oh yeah.
they're in their moment and they
100%.
might forget that you said that. But if you can recall, like maybe at bedtime or at dinner time or something, if you could say to them, hey, I remember you did that. I really appreciate that. That's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. That comes back to them a little bit stronger.
That's a
Yeah.
great point because when you in the moment, it just feels cookie cutter. It feels
Exactly. But if you
like
can put it to a valued memory that you've actually remembered that they did that, that goes across along really well.
I
Guarantee
started.
that.
Go ahead.
Even as an adult, when somebody comes back around to me and it's something that I said to them 6 months ago, I'm like,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that meant a lot to me. Thank you much for doing that. Yes, yeah. I
Yeah.
say I appreciate you a lot to a lot of people because I do.
I
Right.
started this new thing with my son, and I don't think it's working out well. But I was like, hey, if you do this thing the way that I've been, trying to teach you to do for so long, if you do it right, I'll give you some dad bucks. Came up with this thing, dad bucks. And you get so many dad bucks, then dad will like, you could trade him in for, like maybe try to teach him about money a little bit like that, but
Mhm.
he doesn't even have the slightest care about dad bucks yet. So
You,
I'll
you know
have
what
to.
I did with
That's good.
money is I gave my daughter $20 a month for allowance. I told her she's allowed to spend 15 of it, but she has to save five of it every month for 1 year. So that at the end of the year, she would have $60 that she could do with what for Christmas or whatever, right? So that's how I
Smart.
taught them about money, right?
Yeah.
And that seems to be really good because now she's still saving some of her money. She's spending three-quarters of it and saving a quarter of it, right?
I had a savings account when I was a little child. My mom turned it over to me when I was maybe, I don't know, 15 or 16,
Hmm.
and I learned how to manage it myself. My grandmother started that account for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wells Fargo.
you know what, Waylon? Parenting is not a perfect thing. Don't ever think that there's a perfect way to be a parent. The
For
perfect way to
sure.
be a parent is just learn from your mistakes. That's it. So if you're trying something with your son and it's not working, then you've learned that that doesn't work. Maybe try something else, right?
And,
But I always get so frustrated that parents or new parents think that they have to be perfect at what
mhm,
they're doing. That's not parenting. Parenting is about learning from your lessons from
right.
your children and your life and shaping you to be a much better person.
And you grow together. I mean, that's the truth of it. You're not
Exactly.
you might think you're grown, quote unquote, but
Yeah.
you still learn and grow and change throughout the rest of your life, and that's
And
happening while you're raising a kid. And
and
so,
point out your mistakes.
yeah.
Let them know that
You're
you are human and that you are not that
yeah.
perfect person that those children see you as,
Now
right?
that's
That
the
you
opposite. In the
you
military,
do make
Glenn,
mistakes.
the drill sergeants. I don't know if you have drill sergeants up there, but their job was to create this image, this illusion that they were more than perfect, man. Like
Yeah.
they would do all these little tricks and things that you find out later, years later, they would do all these little things in order to make it seem like they were the most perfect. And I don't know what the psychology behind that was, because man, it just made it feel like there was this thing that you could never live up to.
Brainwashing.
Yeah, you could
Because
never.
Brainwashing.
their job is to break you down so they can rebuild you the way they need you to be.
Yep.
That's why
Brainwashing.
showing up for your first day at basic, having already cut your hair will get you punished.
Hmm.
They want control of
I haven't
that.
heard that. It's funny. Yeah, right. No, that makes sense. Yeah, it is. It is. And if they're going to break you down and rebuild you, then they got to look perfect when they're doing that. So it's different than raising a kid, obviously. But I
And
just
So
thought
that
of that
you're
when you said that, Glenn. I was like, man,
instant.
that's just so opposite of when they were just like, they're coming at you like they do everything perfect. You imagine their house having all the clothes, pressed and like folded and everything just perfect, and it's just not really the case. Most of them were alcoholics, and they were like having to take turns who comes in that day because so and so was too wasted the night before. Yeah, bad stuff. But
Your
back.
brain isn't even fully mature until you're about 24, 25 years old. Now think about that. My mom was 19 when they got married, not quite 20. She had me at 27.
did you
So
see
right
that?
about the point her brain was fully mature, she'd already had 2 children. So, yeah, you're not gonna get everything perfect.
Did you see that comment from Freeman Joe?
Yeah, his
Yeah.
power's still out. Been a
Yeah.
few
Wow.
days.
Eh?
Oh, wow.
Joe, I hope they can figure it out, man. Baby Launderville dated his sister. Oh, he says he had a friend that was the number one drill sergeant in the army in the 80s. I didn't know you could be a number one like drill sergeant. It must have like some kind of rating or something. But yeah, Joe, I hope they get your power back on, man. It's been a few days now. You
That's
say
why
you're
I
at
keep a
5%.
jump box in case I need to
Wow.
charge my phone.
Maybe he can
Well, he
charge it in the car.
well he must be getting charged somehow. He said his phone
Yeah.
has five
But he said he's
percent.
at 5%, so
But that's been like 3 days. Like, there's no way he's still at the same five, like that same battery. So you must have gotten maybe something. little something
I've
must be
been through
staying.
that.
Yeah,
You have my empathy. I've been through it.
Rain and
rain and
mist today,
mist.
he says.
Speaking of weather, it's got super warm around here. I don't know about you guys, but it was
Oh
we had
no.
a
Sun's
heat
out.
wave. Yeah,
Let's see what
you
the
get
temperature is. The sun is out though.
it's
It's in
unusually
California.
now. Obviously, Glenn is in Canada, so it's going to be a little colder there, but
Yeah,
it
it's
is
Right.
only plus
unusually warm.
3, which is about 38, maybe 39 degrees right now.
So you guys didn't get a
60
little
today.
heat wave. 60 in Cali though.
It's not
Wow.
Oh,
going to get, let's see. The
that's a
warmest
little low.
temperature over the 10-day is going to be 75 degrees. I'm suffering.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, just cut her off right now. 75 degrees. There we go.
I could see that though. I went to Florida
Yeah. Oh my
when I
God.
was younger, and there was I was there for a week, and there was like a day or two. There was this overcast, kind of
You
stormy
got us
overcast.
both out.
Yeah,
Get
there you
out of
go. You're
here.
out.
I'm
Uh,
sending her some snow.
there you go.
Too cold, too warm. Bye.
No, but it did feel really weird being on the beach in 60 degrees. It was like this sucks. Like we had to wear like clothes, like it wasn't felt
Yeah.
Well,
weird.
so
So
Joe got 5 hours of power. He says it came on at 2 a.m. and then the power went off again at
wow,
7. So
Oh,
that's how he's
wow,
doing
you got
it.
something. I hope you got everything out of your fridge by that time.
But
Yeah,
if he's in a cold area, you can just put everything outside. It'll keep it frozen.
yeah.
that's
Well,
a good call.
even I take advantage of that. In the middle of winter, if I got too much stuff in the fridge, I just sit it in the garage on top of the washer.
Classic
It's kind
packs
of
of
freezing
soda.
here sometimes.
Yep.
I don't buy soda anymore, but you'd have the classic packs of soda outside. Let those stay cold.
I keep these in my trunk so that it's cold.
Nice.
I don't think it's gonna be very bad. Like, we had a lot of rain. We've had 2 major storms, obviously. You've seen all the flooding. Highway 2 is washed out again. So was the 38. But I honestly, this does not feel like it's gonna be that bad of a winter. A few years ago, we actually got real snow down here in San Bernardino. Like, we got a few inches and it stuck.
Do you think
Only
that
time I've
means
seen it
anything for the
big flakes.
summertime though? Does it mean like a shorter summer? Like people want to
You never
always like
know.
attribute that to something like, oh, if our summer was too hot, then we know we're gonna have a bad winter. I don't know. There's people that have like
Nope.
these little,
There's no
you know,
balance. I wish there was. You can't tell until you're in it. But right now, it's like here's how I gauge the cats in the kennel. They were freaking out. Feed me, feed me, feed me more food. And they were just horking it all down. I was like, what is going on? So these storms were coming in, and I was like, okay, yeah. And then they stopped. They're like, okay, it's breakfast. So I'm thinking early spring. We'll see. Yeah,
We've
they
had no
know.
snow here on the West Coast yet, but it could happen today, they're saying.
Okay.
more
We're in
snow,
We
huh?
get it in the mountains.
yeah, we have it all in the mountains. I live in a rainforest. So
Oh,
Vancouver is a rainforest.
You
yeah,
guys both
okay.
have the same mountain range nearby.
I
Yeah,
lived in the
you guys
Bay
have the same.
Area, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
coastal
I'm just a
rainforest. It's my
little bit
favorite
north
environment.
of Whalen there.
I'm
I'm
jealous.
I'm right in the middle. Like Illinois is kind of the middle of America, more or less, like
Uh,
Yeah.
fairly close to the center.
you
And
get shit from both sides, do you?
oh man, we do. It's like a mood swing. So every day. There was a day last week that was like the high was 70 and the low was like 30 or something like that. It's like
Wow.
this like huge
Wow.
like it could be this today. We don't know.
Biggest
Basically,
upswing I've ever seen here from day to night was 48 degrees, so it happens here too.
oh, at nighttime for sure in the more tropical areas. When I was in
Yeah,
Iraq,
48 degree swing and back.
90
Yeah.
degrees was cold at nighttime because of the 140 degrees during the day, and so at nighttime
It's
we're
all what
wearing
you're used to.
coats and we're bundled up inside of our like sleeping bags that are made for like really cold weather. I can't think of the term that we use, but sub zero weather.
It
Okay, our
wasn't
number
until I
post number
it
3.
wasn't until I met Chicago Jim that I knew all these funny nicknames. He'll call it Shiberia. And I looked it up one time, and sure enough, it was the same temperature where he was in Chicago as it was in Siberia where Dimitri is. It was the same temperature. I'm like, okay,
The Windy City,
you've
right?
you've earned the
Yeah,
nickname.
yeah, windy. Um, Diane, congratulations. I see that you just popped in and you also won the number spin today. Now, if you guys haven't commented, oh, hey, Sean, I'll put you on there. Everybody who's commented so far, I put you on the door prize. And I want to give Glenn another minute to plug the book again. Now we got almost 30 people in the house.
Oh, sure. My book is
This
called Braving Healing: The Life of a Complete Stranger.
it sounds pretty important, man, because I think
Thank
a
you.
lot of people have stories that they aren't necessarily comfortable with.
Reading
Um,
the chat.
oh, I'm like,
Snowbank,
what I
snowman.
say? Oh, Snowbank, thanks. Or oh yeah,
Typo.
into the snowman stays at 32. I see.
Actually, on the back of this T-shirt, it says that guy Glenn Wells was right. So
Oh, nice.
in the documentary, I say that if you talk about what happened to you now, 10 years down the road, you might say that guy Glenn Wells was right. So it's actually on the back of this T-shirt.
I
they
need to
made
get some merch made. I really do.
What
they
I
made this
because I need to
for
be
me.
selling.
You can buy it on online and stuff like that.
what's it say on the front?
Braving Healing.
Braving Healing. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Braving Healing, and then I don't know if you can do this. Let's see if I can do this. But can you
You'll
see
have to
that?
spend. No, I can't. We see it, but not the shirt. No. Yeah, we saw it. There was the full Monty.
Yeah. Well, I
Nice.
just don't know. I don't got the eyes in the back of my head, which
That's
you have to look
okay.
at. So I'll have to
I
watch the replay.
oh, you'll get a kick out of it for sure. Yeah, that's the reel for today, right there.
That's
We'll have
your
to cut that.
moonshot for the
Yeah,
day.
Screenshot.
yeah, yeah. We'll have to cut it,
Yeah, cap
clip
cut,
it.
cut.
Roads were black ice this morning. Okay, so you do have some cold temperatures, Joe. So you can keep some things outside. Rainy there day. Oh, Rose, hi. I'll get you on the wheel. Yeah, so I bet you all didn't have that on your bingo cards for today. It's funny.
Hey, I always like to be positive, right? My blood type is B positive, so I'm full of it.
Be positive. I get it.
Oh,
See what you did
positive.
there. I don't even
No.
know my blood type. I'm pretty sure I lied to at some point.
9% of the population of the world has my blood type. It's very rare. It's the second
Yeah.
rarest in the world.
Yeah.
Supposed to be 45 to 50 in Georgia next week, Diane. That is pretty low for Georgia. Georgia. Oh, sorry. But let's get a couple more in here, and obviously you two are welcome to get out of here anytime you need to. But it's been a good, great conversation. Okay,
Oh, I'm
thanks.
fine. I'll stick around for a little bit more.
What do we got here? Mind Mirror on Facebook. It cleans your palettes, but what is it leaving on them? Oh, Dawn.
Oh no.
Dawn dish soap.
Oh no. No.
Hey, Dawn cleans oil from ducks.
Yeah.
Tell what I use.
Right. Tala
I used
sounding.
The spray one.
It says popular dish soap brand found to contain 4 cancer-linked chemicals.
Oh no! Now we're giving ducks cancer.
Just saying cancer-linked all the time now is like a boogeyman term as well.
You gotta wash your dishes, and if you look with tallow, you gotta get the grease off. Yeah.
A recent lab investigation has revealed that a widely used dish soap brand contains 4 ingredients linked to cancer risk. These chemicals, often hidden behind generic labels like fragrance or preservatives, have been associated with hormone disruption, DNA damage, and long-term toxicity when absorbed through the skin or ingested in trace amounts from dishes.
Dawn
While the
makes one
soap,
that's not scented.
Let's break
That's
this
good.
down. Who
Yeah.
is eating their Dawn?
Well,
You
let's
rinse your dishes.
And 2, we always rinse our dishes after we
Yeah.
wash them anyways. We let them in a rack. So I don't think any of those chemicals would be present when we're eventually using that dish to eat from.
Have you ever dried your dishes too? Like how some people will wipe them.
We had to do that as kids, right? One washed, one dried, right? So
Have you seen Josh and Jace from the UK? The accent guy?
no.
Hilarious. Because we learned from him, he's comedic, but he loves America. He's trying to move here. So he's comedic, but we found out from him that in the UK, apparently this is typical. Brits do not rinse the soap off their dishes. They wash
Really?
and they let them drain like that. I'm like,
Why?
dude,
That
Why?
sounds
Maybe this is
terrible.
why our food upsets our stomachs.
Well,
Maybe.
maybe this was an English study then.
Well, let me keep reading here because I think it explains. It says while the soap may leave your dishes sparkling, the chemical residue it leaves behind may pose a hidden threat, especially with repeated exposure over time. Many consumers are now turning to plant-based, toxic-free. So they don't even really get into the debate on whether rinsing them does anything for it.
Rinse with really hot water. Like if
Right.
I can
Yeah.
feel anything there, I'm
and
not
and
done.
and maybe it's just because it has that chemical. Oh man, we can make people be worried about this
Mm-hmm.
too, because they
Yeah.
always want us to be on
Well,
our knees,
also,
right? Like
Exactly.
also,
it's supposed to be tacked on.
what kind of dishes? Because like plastic is
That's
porous;
true.
it'll retain stuff. Or is
Yeah.
it plastic? Is it ceramic? Is it stoneware? That can
Hmm.
make a difference.
What does
Yeah.
that say
And the
for
plastic is a
dishwashers?
problem,
Does
huh?
Say
dish
again.
that what does that say for dishwashers? Because dishwasher has a heating cycle afterwards, right? Does that
I don't
kill
use a dishwasher.
any of those germs that
Let's
might be
find
left
out.
on soap?
Let's go ask Rock.
And correlation does not equal causation. So that's the thing. Like if most people are using plastic dishes and they do this study and they're testing it only on plastic dishes, oops.
Yeah.
We know plastic is a problem.
Oh, he has to type it in here.
It's
All
gonna
I
right.
it's
mean, we could
gonna
go back to wooden bowls and spoons, but
46 different web results about this. No, Dawn dish soap should not stay on dishes in noticeable or significant amounts
Yeah.
after proper rinsing. When
Yeah.
when used as directed by hand or for hand washing, see that there you go. When you are putting your hands in it, so I mean that does absorb some,
okay,
applying a small
guilty.
amount, a
But
small amount.
you're still rinsing
It's
your hands when
convenient.
you're
Just
rinsing the dishes.
Yeah, but your hands do absorb
but
some
what's in
of
our hand soap? If you buy hand
yeah.
soap, like
Yeah.
Scrubbing and then thoroughly rinsing under running water. The soap is
That's
designed
it, people. No more
to
using
rinse
soap to
away
be
clean.
stinky.
No, we
well,
have
the
to use
thing.
well, we have to go down river like where after you like where you clean the animals, and then down river you have this lye building up from the fats and stuff, and then you can slap your clothes on the rock there next to it, and you're good to go. No, I will say I actually went to a toxic-free dish soap. I can't tell you what's in it, but I know the person who makes it like personally, so it's a very like holistic kind of a
Look,
cleaning.
I use Dr.
everyone.
Squatch soap, bar soap, because
Yes, that's what I use for bar soap. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Tala.
yeah, I use Dr. Squatch. I've got like 2 years supply of it right now in my bathroom. So yeah, Dr.
Nice.
Squatch is pretty good.
what they'll tell you is everyone at some point, if you live long enough, everyone has cancer cells at some point. But
Yeah,
normally your immune system knocks it down and you never know.
yeah,
So really we should aim for not necessarily boosting, but a healthy immune response. I'm
Hmm.
an autoimmune patient, so mine's a little too
Right.
yeah. So why is
that's
the cancer rate so high in the autoimmune community? It's because we take immune suppressing drugs, right? I'm only on hydroxychloroquine, so I've stayed moderate. I've fought very hard for that, and I'm very proud to say that I figured it out. And I have now been on only 100 milligrams of HCQ for 7 months. That's the first time I've been able to do that, and I'm stable. My pain level is way down, so I'm going to hold on to that as long as I can because there can be trouble with that med too if you stay on a high dose for a long time. But
that's what
I'm
you're ending.
aware
Yeah,
it dampens down the toll-like receptors, which is what sends out your fighters. It tones down your immune response. But a lot of lupus patients are crushing their immune response with steroid meds and biologics. Well, if you crush your immune response, cancer can take over. So the basic thing is just make sure you've got all the building blocks you need and get a healthy immune response and just trust that your body's going to handle it the majority of the time. That's
We
it.
use too many crutches, like little like things like antibiotics and stuff that end up making us weaker. Speaking of worrying about what's in the food and things like that, this is a little video which is
Oh
alarming
God.
to say the least. It catches this doorbell camera catches the alarming moment a DoorDash delivery driver sprays what is alleged to be an irritant on the food
She's
order,
being
sickening a
oh
prosecuted.
customer.
wow.
Yeah, she's being prosecuted.
She looks like she hates life. There it goes. Sprays it.
And Wow, eh?
just the outside. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much that
Imagine someone like me with asthma, I react to that stuff.
just by
Like, you can't
grabbing it.
even
Yeah,
saute
just by touching it.
jalapenos with me in the house. Yeah.
Well, she's a dumb bee anyways because people have cameras on
You
their
got her,
doors.
though.
And, just like those drivers that are driving with their company trucks and they don't realize people have cameras in their cars now. And when they pull off, cut you off, and do all kinds of
Hmm.
stupid stuff, right? You've got their company now on video and a driver like, duh, like, come on,
How am
people.
I driving?
Yeah, how am I driving? Well, here's your video proof, buddy.
One of those one time and I said, this is your how am I driving line, and I'm just here to tell you that your driving sucks.
We were talking about the immune system and cannabis and stuff and cancer. The endocannabinoid system reminds those cancer cells that when they've finished doing what they're supposed to do, they have to disintegrate themselves. They have to self destruct. The reason that we get cancers is because some of those cells don't do that, and they get together, and that causes the cancer. So that's why your endocannabinoid system is very important to you,
Yeah.
and that you need to keep it running. Now that your immune system and cannabis makes your immune system better. So being immune deficiency, I can understand why you probably can't do that. But for me, it's definitely a benefit. It does keep me cancer
Well,
free.
it's a delicate balance because my immune system isn't deficient, it's
Yeah.
overactive.
Oh,
So I
you're
have to
overactive.
tone it
Okay.
down.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It's
I
like,
have to tone it down without crushing it, right? That's the
yeah,
delicate balance.
yeah.
Yeah, it's apoptosis, I believe it's what it's called. That
Does it
breakdown you're
attack
talking
your
about.
body?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, I'm a heart patient. I've recovered for the most part, but
Yeah.
yeah, it did screw up my heart. My
Wow.
ejection fraction was down to 45% when they caught that,
Wow.
and 55 is what's normal. But they told me that I was stuck with it and not to expect recovery, and it made me mad, so I proved them wrong. I've now been stable at 65% for the last 5 years, which is athletic conditioning and supposedly was not possible.
Wow. That's
So,
good.
you
Joe,
know,
Joe says his wife has rare blood and they pay for hers. I wish they did that in Canada.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, that would be nice.
I can't
Probably.
even cross the border because I have a criminal record for cannabis in order to go get them to pay for my blood. But
Do they do
one
they
of the
have?
few
Go ahead.
one of the few meds that I actually take still, and this is what keeps my heart from going that direction again, carvedilol. It's carvedilol in its extended release. So I was on Coreg CR. This is carvedilol ER, and it's 10 milligrams, the lowest dose they make. And I take one of those every morning, and that keeps me functional. That and the very low dose of hydroxychloroquine. That's my only daily meds at this point. I worked very hard for that.
So, Glenn, I wondered if they have. Do they have blood banks, in Canada?
oh yeah, yeah, we have I
Like
donate.
plasma? You
I
can
donate
sell
every three
plasma.
months.
Sure.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, but
Do,
they just don't pay for it here, right?
do they have sperm banks?
No sperm bank. Well, they might. I don't know.
Sorry, it's all right. She's taking a drink.
Let's just do. Let's just see. Let's see here.
Some places in America,
Do
you
they
can
have
like make
sperm
some
banks
Looking
bank
it
in
up.
doing that.
Vancouver?
There's not anywhere near me. I can tell you that, but maybe they might have added something in recent years. But
Vancouver. Some clinics work directly with specific sperm banks to provide donor solutions. Are you looking for specific information or services?
There you go.
no
But we
thanks.
do have them here
Just
in Vancouver.
curious.
Or
They
Interesting.
is
pay for plasma
it,
here.
do,
Yeah,
I've
plasma.
considered it.
do they pay for
They
the
do drives
sperm banks in
where they'll
Vancouver?
pay a bonus, but you got to do it's 8 donations in a month. In other words, twice a week for a
In
solid
Canada,
month,
the laws
Oh wow.
primarily focus
supposedly.
on compensating donors for expenses incurred rather than direct payment. This includes
Mm.
things like travel and time off work. Are you interested in the
They're paying
process?
you to
Yeah,
make the trip
so
and to do.
yeah,
Wow.
you get paid for time off work and expenses for going to donate your sperm.
Wow. You could like find you might be in a remote area where you're not very close to one,
Cover
and
those
like they got to
specific
pay for a good travel. Like,
Is
hey,
there something
I've got to donate. I've
You know,
never donated cannabis, but
the risk
or
no
not
one
cannabis.
considered decades ago is something that has actually occurred many years later, and that is you donate, your children are out there somewhere and could
Mm,
meet up.
just mixing it, just throwing a. throwing a mix in the gene
Inbred.
pool.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
it's
I've
dangerous.
always
So,
wondered what is the oldest DNA? Like,
oldest
right?
what?
In the bank, like.
Well, just like in human history,
Long
because
time.
our DNA has been
Oh, I
split
see.
and split and split. Like, who has the original DNA that started this whole thing, right?
Well,
What
Oh,
is the oldest DNA? I wish they could figure out a way of doing that.
hmm.
haven't they found that everybody has a link back to Africa with DNA?
Something like
I
that.
think
I've
I
so.
heard that.
believe so.
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's more of just a recent thing because I think that we have done this many times. We have been busted back down to like maybe 1 million people or whatever the number was, more than once in the last 1 million years, and the the concentration of people that were left the last time were in Africa, and then
Yeah.
we slowly moved back out from there again, and I think
Yeah.
that's what happens. It's just like
Huh.
a bug infestation,
Origins are so much more
basically.
complex than what we want to think they are because, for
Hmm.
example, they finally realized that if you were to go look at the Lakota, Dakota, the Plains tribes, yes, their alleles indicate they've been on this continent a very, very long time. This is where they
Mhm.
originated, right? My tribe doesn't show up that way. For one thing, my elders about 35 years ago were telling us this is the weirdest thing. We didn't know what they were talking about. DNA was new. And they said, "They wanna scrape your cheeks. Don't let them." See, my elders said, "Don't." So they don't have a very good database for my tribe,
Mm.
and interestingly enough, they've got a little
Have a
more
good day,
now,
Rose.
so what it shows up is Jewish
Hmm.
from that part of the world. So my tribe doesn't come from the same place as the Plains tribes. Literally, we're transplanted. How'd that happen?
I'm going to see what Gemini says. Hold on. What is the oldest recorded human DNA?
The oldest recorded human DNA is quite ancient. It comes from a fossil
Okay.
of a hominin found in the Cima de los Huesos site in Spain,
Huh.
estimated to be around 400,000 years old. That's an incredible glimpse into our past.
Wow, there you go.
Wow.
I do
Wow.
know this too. When they find
Dang.
human remains, it does depend on the skeletal structure on whether they believe it's like our current like iteration of human, or if
Yeah.
it's some like Neanderthal or the other. There's like a bunch of other ones. Yeah. Anyway, I love history. I think that there's just so much that we don't know,
Oh, of
and
course. Yeah.
it's just it's. I think there's a lot of things that we're finding out through geology is one of the things, one of the sciences that's more new, and they've debunked a lot of things by using geology. Like here's a core sample that shows literal, information on what happened at that time, and here you go. Like, oh, we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah, they
have to
just found
use.
out about hot gas in space, and that it did that they just found a place that that's very far in space, but it's creating planets and stuff like that, and that it's reversing our Big Bang theory that these hot gases can be created some other way, and they're maybe sucked up through black holes and stuff like that. So yeah,
Black,
we're definitely learning new things about ourselves, right?
we saw a black hole during the episode. We didn't see any hot gases come out though, but
Oh, there is, yeah, just, yeah, yeah.
got him, got
Yeah,
him.
that would have been a blue hole because I'm wearing blue
Right,
jeans, but yeah,
touche, touche. Yeah, no
And it's
Uranus.
weird to
no,
me.
there was a black
Yeah,
Helium
hole
is
in this
not
building.
like helium will deplete and be gone. Isn't that crazy? We're limited
Yeah,
on helium.
helium's limited. You can't really.
It
I'm
does,
sure
yeah,
there'll be a
it's not going to
synthetic.
regenerate fast enough. It'll be gone.
What do we
It's
use
a
it
good
for other
argument
than
for not
balloons?
having party balloons.
well, isn't it part of
That's
our
good.
oxygen? Helium might be in our oxygen mix, isn't it?
But does it have to be though? I wonder. Like, is
Oh
there a
well, let's
problem
see.
once we? Ty, not today,
Is
brother. We
there
have a special
helium
guest
in
on
oxygen,
today.
and does it have to be there?
We're not gonna have anyone else up
And
on
oxygen
today. There's
are different gases. Oxygen is, of course, essential for human life and is a major component of the air we breathe. Helium is a noble gas and isn't necessary for breathing. In fact, breathing pure helium can be dangerous because it displaces oxygen. Did you
But
have a
entertaining.
particular context?
but yeah, but so fun. So that's interesting. I think maybe I wonder if there's something that we just haven't discovered that could be used for that
I
we might be
researched
missing
it.
out on. Yeah.
It,
Guys
it can
getting
be a
high.
problem. I researched it because I
Hmm.
mean, it's used for important things, but when it's gone, it'll be gone. Yeah.
So Ty, just comment. I'll read it. Ty was talking about O negative blood type, RH
Yeah,
negative,
that's
RHO.
universal. That blood type can be donated to any human
Yeah.
being.
He said
Universal
they're
donor.
he said they don't have an explanation for that.
If you're a universal donor, they always want to like mark get your phone number so that they can like contact you if somebody needs it in an emergency. That's
Yeah,
coveted.
yeah,
mm,
yeah. I haven't had one of
uh,
those phone calls yet, but I do donate it a lot. So
Yeah.
we're always being told that we're like low on like our blood supply and stuff like
yeah,
that, and I don't know if that's real or true, but there is an actual procedure I guess you can get. I believe Germany. I know there's probably other places, but is regenikine the right word? But there's a way to take your blood and replace it in like let me word this right. Drain your own blood while and get new blood from a young person like 20
yeah.
years old. There's a lot of conspiracies behind
Yeah.
this, like rich people eating babies and stuff like that, but there is a real thing that you can go and get done where like if you're 80 years old you can get a 20
Transfusion.
yeah infusion. And
I can't think
but
of
it's
the
like more
word.
than
Yeah.
yeah, it's more than like a basic like a pint or two. It's like a lot. And then when you replace it for like a few months you feel like super like good and
You
young
could
again, like
probably do that a lot easier just with stem cells.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would say yeah,
Well,
like
there's
Right?
maybe
Instead
also
of having all your blood taken out, get a few shots of stem cells, and that would probably just make you feel a lot better,
I
right?
love stem cells. Go ahead,
does.
Kyle. I love them. I
But
do.
you
They
know,
are pretty magical. Yeah, they seem to be one of the answers to our questions about health and stuff like
yeah.
that. So,
There's
right?
also procedure, and like I said, I can't remember names. I'm brain scrambled today, but you can get when you have conditions like mine, they can essentially clean your blood with UV. Trump took a lot of flack for that
Yeah.
back when COVID first hit.
Isn't
That's
that
what he
red
was
light
talking about
UV?
was UV. He
Hmm.
was
Yeah,
talking about cleaning your blood with that. It does. It kills things that don't belong in it, and they just
yeah.
cycle it through and put it back in you. I've known lupus patients who have done that when their condition was so severe that just they had too many things going on, their kidneys were failing, stuff like that. But that's valid. UV treatment
Isn't
has
there
been used
another
for a while.
treatment where you inhale a type of peroxide or type of there's like a derivative or something that's like an inhalant
Mm.
that can be. But anyway, there were some things. But do I think Trump meant those things? I don't know. I think he was just spitballing and saying, "Hey, what can't we like look into this more?" Basically,
No, he had
you
heard
know.
about that, and so he was turning and asking the person he was talking to, I
Ah,
forget his name. And so like they chopped that up like they do with everything he says. And they were like, he said drink bleach. He never said that.
well, of course, people that don't like him would stretch it like that. What's up, Kyle? Hey, so James, that is a real like conspiracy theory of like rich people eating the like spinal
Yeah.
spinal fluid of babies. Like it's something out there. Now you might want to delete that comment though.
Adrenochrome.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah, adrenochrome. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is a like there also are a lot of I would say legitimate connections and legitimate stories of like Satanists out there. Whether or not they actually can do anything magical is probably a whole nother conversation. But there are real people who do perform rituals, to like all kinds of things, like
Yeah.
Wiccans and stuff. I'm not pointing at Wiccans for like killing babies, but like
No.
killing chickens and killing like doing sort of like animal rituals and stuff. But I'm sure there's some like wackadoo cults out there that maybe do that. But there is a real legitimate procedure too that you can go and have done. But to your point, Glenn, I think the stem cells are so good right now. I think there's so many
Yeah.
things happening with
But
them.
they're so expensive. Like again, only the rich can afford them, right? They're not
Unless
out
you
for
go to like,
everybody else, right?
there's a place in
Yeah,
Tijuana that they talk about, but yeah.
There's
in
what?
guana
There's a place in
or
Tijuana.
Ghana. Oh, Tijuana.
Yeah.
Okay. I only every time
Forget
I
his
hear
name.
Tijuana, I can only think of
Is it
Tijuana.
Joe Rogan talks about it?
no, the clown from The Simpsons. I forget his name.
Homie. No, no. Yeah.
Homie the Clown. I remember that
No,
one.
no, that's
That's from
homie.
Homie, don't play that. That's from
yeah, yeah,
In Living Color. Now, what was the
yeah.
NX
clown on The
House.
Simpsons?
Hold on a minute. We'll just do this here.
Anyway, he
The
takes all the
clown's
kids
name
to
on the Simpsons.
Tijuana. That's the only. That's all forever. I'll never forget. Krusty,
Krusty the
yes,
clown. There we
Krusty the
go.
Clown, yes,
There's a
love
good
it.
facility there apparently, and it's a whole thing. I don't know what that costs, obviously less than in the US, but there's a good facility and you are taken care of, clean, proper meals, all of that. It's a whole experience to go and get this stem cell treatment there. Yeah.
Now I've heard it like 2 or 3 thousand, but I think it depends on like what kind of injection it is and where this place
Yeah.
is, like the facility you go to, and all these different things. But there
You
are
can
some
avoid knee
really.
surgery.
Yes, knee surgery, Achilles surgery, probably shoulder surgery. There's so many different things that you can avoid surgery from. And you know what? You can get the stem cell shot and it may not take. And you know what? That's
Yeah.
all you're out is some money. Like there isn't really there's so far as I've seen, there's not like a lot of downside or some
Yeah, no
impact
harm.
negatively. Yeah, no harm, which is
I'm
like
not
incredible.
proud of the fact that I resorted to cortisone injections in my heels, okay? And it was not fun,
Mm,
but it was what I had access to interrupt the pain cycle to get out of that problem. And I'm aware that you can't do that repetitively without harm. So those 2 sets I had done, I hope is the end of it. I don't want to do it again. Yeah.
You know, might be a good business, Waylon, is maybe a stem cell bank for all those parents who are having children that you can save
mm,
your own stem cells that you could use for yourself or maybe sell to other people.
mm.
Cord
Now
blood is a big deal.
they
Right?
actually
Instead
found,
of going to buy it, right? And then if you could
yeah.
provide your own from your own children, then maybe we can improve the world's health and people's health just that way, right? By
Well, I
saving their
like it,
own, right?
but I got to push back a little bit on that because they
Okay.
actually found that adult stem cells are actually more. I don't know if it's beneficial or more easily like they're better. It's better to take just some fat out of your butt and
Oh,
turn it into whatever it is that you need versus the originally it was babies,
yeah.
the umbilical cord and the
And they're
different
going,
things like
that's
that.
where I come. Yeah, that's where I
Yes,
come from,
and
right?
Yeah.
that's not. I mean, maybe that's still a great idea. I'm not an expert on it, but I do
Well,
know
that's
that they
where all
kind
the
of
magic
shifted.
happens, right?
Right.
So,
Well,
you,
let me look it up just to make sure because I do like this subject. So let's find out because
yeah.
I think that they found that there's something easier to work with about the adult
Well,
stem cells.
one of the things that they're talking more about now, some are
Where do you get adult
the
stem cells?
habit with birth is to clamp the cord right away. You shouldn't. Let the baby get the nutrients and all of the
Hmm.
stuff they need from that cord before
Yeah.
you clamp it off. They're too anxious.
Empty it out. Get all the rest of the goodies out of there.
Yep. Because
So
there are
Glenn,
necessary things.
to answer your question, they can get a stem cell from anywhere in your body that has working stem cells still, and then they
No.
can reprogram that stem cell to go into another place. So, for instance, before I read this, I know there's a story about Parkinson's where they can find the stem cell in your brain, and I'm sure I'm butchering it, but there is a cell there that is supposed to, it is working properly, but then all the other cells around it are not, and that's where Parkinson's comes from. I don't remember the name of the cells or the part of the brain, but they can
Yeah.
find little parts of it that are still working, and then actually multiply that, and then add it back to your brain and actually cause. I don't know if it would say cure Parkinson's. I'm sure that was an anecdotal story, but I'd have to look into it. But I know with also with diabetics, they're able to find still if you're still producing some insulin, they can find those cells, reproduce them, and then get you to produce insulin again through stem cells. Let's
They're
read what it
also
Then you
says
got
here.
to maintain it.
They're also finding
Right.
out that magic mushrooms are good for Parkinson's and Alzheimer's
Oh.
because it creates new neural pathways in your brain. So that they're starting to use magic mushrooms for that too, also because it's creating the new neural pathways that you need.
That's
So
right.
that so it's
That's right.
debunking me a little bit here. It says no adult stem cells are not universally better than baby
Yeah,
stem cells. It depends
yeah,
on the context, such as the intended medical use, ethical considerations, safety, and availability. The term baby stem cells typically refers to stem cells collected at birth, primarily from umbilical cord, blood, and sometimes cord tissue, which are a type of young adult stem cells. Um, I'm not reading that. These are distinctly from embryonic stem cells derived from early embryos, sometimes controversially called baby in non-scientific context. Key comparison:
Hematopoietic, by the way, hematopoietic.
hematopoietic. You think? What's the other word there? It's hematopoietic
Thank
or mesen
Mesenchymal. Mesenchymal. I
mesenchymal.
took medical terminology. I was top of my class, so
Oh, there
Oh,
you go.
I
She
have an
speaks
unfair
Latin.
advantage.
She speaks Latin.
I do.
Yes, there you go.
let's see. So it's not really giving me the what I want to know, but advantages: no ethical issues,
It's
lower
12
I
rejection.
would think that
Here it
adult.
is. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
it's
What?
12:30, so I'm gonna dip because I got an
Okay.
appointment. Yeah.
All right.
But
Uh, everybody go follow Tala Smith and follow the First Light Warrior all over
Have a
the
good appointment.
interwebs. Thanks again, Tala. We'll see you
yep,
soon. Have a good
good to
day.
see you.
Cheers. Nice meeting you.
You too.
Okay, so it's not giving me. It's right here. It says the advantages of the adult stem cells. I assume no ethical issues, lower rejection risk if autologous
Logan. Yeah.
proven in treatments, bone marrow transplant. So it's been proven in treatments, easy non IR, lower rejection, okay.
I
All right,
would
it's
think
not.
that adult stem cells would be used, whereas the baby ones are brand new, right? And the baby ones would probably be more important because it is what the baby has used to develop all the important things that a body needs.
If compared to embryonic stem cells, adult, including cord, are often seen as better
Oh,
for practical and ethical reasons in current medicine. Ah, that's why,
yeah.
because ethical, so they don't have
It's
to
an
take them from.
ethical thing, yes.
Yeah,
That's why I was
because
That's why I was suggesting that you just do it with if you're a person who you're in a family and you're about to have a baby, then ethically maybe it would be better to save your those stem cells
that's
because
a good
those are the
idea.
ones that you created yourselves, right? That's
Hmm.
ethically correct, right?
Here you go, Ty. If you want to come up for a few minutes with, he wanted to talk to you about the blood
Okay,
earlier.
sure.
So I put the link in the Facebook side if you want to come up. So it says science, or where was I? They're safer and more readily used in approved treatments. That's why. I guess I was right and wrong, but
Yeah,
scientific consensus: no one type is best overall. The field increasingly favors induced pluripotent
they're potent.
stem cells,
Yeah,
reprogrammed
reprogram.
adult cells that mimic embryonic potency without ethical drawbacks.
Yeah. See
Hmm.
that does say that the embryonic has more potency than the
It
adult right
does,
there,
yeah.
right?
Basically
Because they
says
have to
they are better.
reprogram the adult ones to be as efficient as the
Yep.
embryonic ones.
Yeah, I think your idea of like a bank is a good idea. That's
Yeah,
going to
but
be.
it would be good for everybody, just for the human species itself. Because if you're able to have a child, then you have the stem cells right there and then that you could just save for yourself. People save a fertile egg or eggs and sperm and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
why can't we do this with stem cells and make it more accessible to the world instead of just to the rich?
Here's what would happen. They would want it to be in a bank somewhere, like sperm. Like you can't. I mean, I guess you could technically save your own sperm, but no,
Yep.
I don't know a lot of people that would do that in their in house. They would
Hmm.
have it at a bank and they'd know where it's at. Or I
I
guess
would
maybe
think that I
there's.
would want to save my stem cells because I could get a very dangerous
Mhm.
cancer or sickness that the stem cell would be able to correct for me,
I'd
right?
want it to
So
be in my house though, and the only problem with
no, it
that is
wouldn't be
that
in your house. It would have to be in a cryo
thank
place, just
yeah.
probably like sperm banks and stuff like that, right? I
Would
don't know.
there
Let's see if they can actually do that.
would they have access to our
Can you
DNA then?
actually freeze stem cells for later use?
Yes, stem cells can be frozen for later use.
Oh, nice.
This is called cryopreservation and is a common practice in medicine and research. Are you interested in specific types of stem cells or the process?
There you go. You can freeze them.
Chris says you can keep them in your sock.
There
uh, that's funny.
Yeah, because that could be something that we could start doing or whatever. Like just be, I'm always coming up with good ideas for stuff like that. But yeah, if we've got sperm banks and egg banks, why not have stem cell banks now?
I mean, I think it's a great idea. I think the only issue though is the trust that we no longer have in our institutions. So that's why I don't. That's why I personally I'm not going to do a 23andMe or a what's the other one, Ancestry.com and stuff,
I
because
I did I
you
did
did that one.
ancestry, and my mother was able to find a lost brother through mine.
Oh wow. See,
Yeah.
I could see the good in it for sure, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
there's been stories of like bad stuff about it. You know what I
She'd
mean? Like,
always been told that he was a cousin. But when
eh,
through the DNA we found out that he was actually her brother and that they had been lying to them for all those years. And then she got to meet him just before he passed away.
wow,
But we were having, there's a big news article about it in our local newspaper and thing that how this came about and everything. So that
that is
that
crazy
has its benefits and like
for sure.
everything. There's an opposite to everything, Waylon. As much as there is good, there could be some bad. We just hope that there's more good than there is bad, right?
And it gives me anxiety, Glenn. It ends up making me like stay in one place, like this way or that way. No, no, no.
Yeah,
Let's stay right here.
yeah,
So it just it can suck, but I always like to take. I always like to change what I can as I'm comfortable doing it. Like I know all this health stuff that I can't actually implement yet, but
yeah,
I do it one at a time. I do it as much as I like a little bit at a time, and hopefully we can just pass on to the next generation the importance of just paying attention to this stuff in general.
yeah,
You know, like that's really I don't think I hate to say that I'm like we're like too far gone or whatever. There's a lot of changes we can still make as adults that help us in the rest of our life, but we grew up on all this stuff that now we're finding out is so toxic for us, and you know, you name it, there's a giant list.
yeah,
I don't think we should lose hope, though. I think that the hope is that we pass this on and we make it more and like my whole shtick, everybody can be a little bit more self-sustainable, a little bit more self-reliant, and that requires us to do a little more research for ourselves and like actually
yeah,
have conversations like we're doing. And hey, I don't know, I didn't hear about that. Let me look it up. Oh, actually, it's this, and then and we have the a healthy sort of debate over some of the stuff because so many
hmm
things we just like the TV had three channels and we just believed everything it said. You know.
yeah. We had to go and
Oh,
turn those channels too.
yeah, oh yeah, you the kid, get up and go turn the there. You know, once the knob was broken, then you have a pair of like
Yeah,
pliers
play
or
with
vice
wires,
grips
yeah.
there that you could use and
Or the rabbit ears and the round ones to get the signal in for the
stand
UHF
there.
channels.
No, over there. Like, yeah, man. And so you're more worried about trying to get the signal in than worrying about what they're actually telling us.
This is something that's
Cheers.
off topic, but cheers. That
Sure.
I often think about is that each human being has an aura, and we know that the world's population is increasing. Now, what is that aura's
Mixing. Yeah, I see what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
because as we grow, the aura is becoming stronger. What does that powers mean? Mean like what does its ends mean? Right? Why? Right? Like, is the government's really worried about a whole bunch of people getting together? Because I know that when you have a bunch of those auras together, because I worked for concerts. I've been on the stage when 65,000 people have been clapping for Triumph and stuff like that. You feel that energy. There is nothing that I get goosebumps right now because I know what that feels like, right? So that's the auras. That's the power of a whole bunch of people getting together. And we know that we can all create change with that. When tidal waves happen and tragic things in the world, we all get together, a lot of us, and help people and stuff like. So we know that there's something in there. So what does that end means for that aura? We're you know
I have a thought, actually. This
yeah,
is funny. It's kind of connected a little bit to this. You know how each person has an individual magnetosphere, like a
yeah.
magnetic,
That's what I'm
and
talking about. The aura.
that's what I mean. I think that there is a so we know that they can actually make you go insane by placing magnets around your head, right?
Okay.
There's experiments on it and stuff, and they can actually. And there's also a theory that's been spoken by several people that I've watched recently about our planet, the magnetic poles supposedly doing a 90-degree shift.
Yep. Oh yeah. There should be actual
I
proof of
believe
that.
that's going to happen. I'm not
Yep.
saying I
Yep.
don't have the
Oh, yeah.
facts for you guys, but I believe it's going to happen because of how it was explained. How it's like a natural occurrence of I don't know if it's the solar system or the whole universe, but it spreads out from the center and like a wave kind of, and it basically kicks every planet. It knocks every planet to like over like a 90 degrees, and when that happens, supposedly this is the story that while that's happening, our magnetosphere is gone. Like we lose protection from all the debris coming at us from the from space for like
Yeah.
a day.
I,
So
I I don't know if that's true because that field is generated by the core of our Earth.
that's true, yeah.
For all the radiation and metals and stuff that is in the molten lava of our Earth, that's what generates
But
that.
it's getting hit by a powerful
But as it switches, I don't know if it switches like really quickly or slowly. Maybe they could be talking about if it takes a day for that to happen, then maybe, yeah, we might be exposed to more
right.
things like that. But there is proof that it does happen. They've dug down into the earth where they can see layers in the Arctic where
Mhm.
that has happened. So
Wow,
that
I
has
haven't seen
happened.
that.
It takes a long time for it to happen. Like maybe it was, I think I'm hearing 90,000 years or
Mhm.
something that it happens, right? But there is proof that it
The
has
reason I
happened.
bring it up though is that I think our magnetosphere is a little bit unstable now. Like leading up to it, there's like
Leading up to
a
it, yeah.
gradual lead up to it, and it's unstable. I think people are acting a little more insane, a little more neurotic, a little more out of their minds. And I think that could be a big
Because
connection. I mean,
it
on
could be,
top
yeah,
of all these hormone blockers and other things that we're experiencing, it's like a combination. It's this soup of like the perfect storm
yeah.
of all
Like
these things.
Trump just went out to Venezuela, now he's going out to Greenland. So maybe there is some magnetic fields messing that brand's brain
They're trying to
up.
find something, maybe some gold. Who knows? But so we got Ty Pond with us. I don't know if Ty's ever talked. You ever talked to Ty? He's in my neck of the woods.
Hi,
No,
Ty.
but
Ty,
I've seen you here talking before. Hello.
you seen
Nice
Glenn?
to meet
Glenn has his own podcast too. What's the name of that again?
The THC show.
The THC show, and that's actually on a network too, right? Like
Yeah,
a
we're on Pot TV,
Pot
Cannabis
TV.
Culture on Facebook, Rumble. Yeah. So, yeah,
Pot
you. Nice.
TV.
we've got 2.5 million followers on the Facebook page.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's a big page.
Real
Yeah.
nice.
I
Yeah.
hope
Well,
some
I'm
of them
going.
popped in today. Go ahead, Ty.
I can only share cannabis stuff on there, so we're not on the cannabis culture page today. But we have been talking
Oh,
about cannabis. I could have done that.
It's in and
Yeah.
out. Like I don't shy away from the topic. It's just that I think even especially in the cannabis community, if you want to call it that, focus so much on cannabis that we miss so much else out there about our health and our food and our agriculture, so many other things. So I try to. That's what Wednesdays are for me. It's
All right,
informative.
I'm going to share us into there right now.
No worries. We'll hit. I'll hit the bong a few more times to make it official for you. Make
Yeah,
sure
hold
that
on.
we make sure it works.
Got to type my name in here.
Ty, where are
There
you
we go.
going? Oh, he's frozen. He keeps getting
Oh,
booted
did he
out.
freeze?
He's getting booted out.
No,
There he goes,
no.
unmuted. Are you
All
there?
right, there we go.
I'm here. I'm here.
I
Okay,
can't
Is
just share us in that group.
cool. Thank you.
No, no problem.
So Ty, you're frozen, but there he goes. He got booted again. He's having trouble. I don't have the same trouble with the Rumble, but he might have maybe a bad signal or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Zombie apocalypse, Waylon, it's on. Yeah, I don't know, Chris. We're already kind of in a zombie apocalypse with cell phones. You walk around everywhere, everybody's just staring, like that's everywhere now.
We used to walk around holding newspapers in our hands, and like we would see people on the subway with this newspaper in front of them, and they were always behind their newspaper.
That's a good
So,
point. That's a good
right?
point.
Right. So now
Or
we just got
books.
something we can actually see our faces, but we're getting the information at the same time too, right? And
I try to make it I try to be
things from the
really
things-
right. I try to be really present when I'm like looking at my phone. If I'm with my kid or around some people, I really try to make sure I'm kind of doing both, But that's like a little ADD in me, being able to like pay attention to what you're saying and also be scrolling and looking at something.
Yeah.
It's tough though.
I
People like,
can't scroll and talk. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I could chew walk and chew gum, but not scroll and talk.
walking and chewing gum, man. I can't remember the
Need to
last time I
bump
did
into
that.
things.
When's the last time you chewed gum? Like there's some gum out now that's like actually healthy for us. That's got
No, really.
hydroxy.
I have uppers, so I can't.
Ah,
Bottom are real, but the top are fake.
well, we were talking about stem cells. Have you seen a lot of? There's a lot of different research from different places, different countries that are able to
Grow teeth.
regrow teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. They're
So
doing it in China or something like
my
that.
brother actually had
That
his
was
jaw like ground down. They grind it down to flat and then bolt in new teeth, like
Oh
permanent
wow!
yeah,
fake teeth. I'm like, that
yeah.
sounds horrifically painful compared to just trying some stem cells, you know.
It's a long recovery time. My mom had it done, but
Oof.
she was grateful for it afterwards. She said they were better than her original teeth.
Wow,
But
really?
that's
Eh?
yeah, yeah. That's what she said. Said she did
Wow.
better than her original teeth. I think she meant like she didn't get no more pains, no more
Yeah,
toothache, no
yeah.
more cavities or whatever. So yeah.
Can they grow teeth right? Like if all your teeth have been already taken out?
Mm,
Oh,
I
I
don't
was
know.
talking about the metal implants that Waylon
Oh,
said.
He was talking
She
about the
didn't have
bolted
that.
in,
oh,
right?
the new
Yeah,
implant. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think you can. I'm pretty sure it's all like in the scientific lab phases. It's not out in public yet that you can do that. But there was. I just read a story last week. I think about I forget what country, but they have a way to grow teeth, but they all look a little bit different. There's been at least 3 stories I can remember from different places that are creating different versions of the same technology, basically regrowing teeth with stem cells. Like one of them
yeah.
was like a net, a little like a little net that they put around the area, and it's got
Yeah.
stem cells in it. And another one was like an actual, almost like an organ that they grow. And anyway, it's just a
Oh
bunch of
wow.
different things, like a piece of the nerve, and um, it's a
We're
lot.
always going to be changing.
Oh yeah, I that's why I like it, but I also I try to remember stuff like take farming for example, just for my main gig, is like I look at how we used to do things, and I look at the technology we're using now, and I try to find ways to couple those together
Yeah.
and bring the old into the new, but also find like parts of it that were valuable, that are still valuable, that you're not getting with some of the more industrial stuff. Anyway, I know I'm rambling, but Ty, where are you
Hey,
going?
I'm picking up my daughter from school.
Ah,
They have
Daddy
the
duties.
yep.
yeah, with the teeth thing, they have I think further research than maybe you're even talking about. Like they have now some mineral that is said to you regrow your own teeth. It's not stem cells, it's
Oh,
your own body regrowing your teeth. They say that humans can, and there's some genetic part that stopped us from regrowing permanent teeth that they can reverse so you grow teeth again.
wow.
I saw another article that said humans. There was some information pointing to the fact that humans have a third row of teeth that we've stopped using.
Wow.
Yeah,
But I don't know
maybe.
if that's true or not either. New
Well, we
ways
know
to
children
regrow.
can have milk teeth,
Yeah.
What's that?
right?
Never heard
My
of it.
son had milk teeth right from like he was like 1 month old, and he already had two bottom teeth. We actually named him Kevin, born with 2 teeth.
My da- my da- my daughter as well at 3 months
At
had
three
one right
months. Yeah.
there.
Wow,
Yep.
Yeah, so
that's
maybe that's
early.
the third row. Maybe that's why it was the third one because they got baby teeth afterwards and then they get adults. So that would be a third one.
So there's several. I thought I was right. It says several promising approaches to regrowing human teeth are in development as of early 2026, moving beyond traditional implants or dentures. These focus on stimulating the body's natural process or bioengineering new teeth. None are widely available yet, but clinical trials are advancing rapidly. Leading breakthrough tooth regrowth drug in Japan. Um, Phase 1 human clinical trials begin in September 2024 on 30 healthy adult males to test safety. Further, they don't. Did you guys notice that? I don't know if they. I think we read something about this recently, where they for a while they were not testing drugs on women because of some kind of like they thought it was a bad idea to test things on women for like some reason. I forgot what the reasoning was, but then that backfired because then there's a lot of drugs that women have adverse reactions to because they weren't tested on women.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
I think
Oh
they do mostly men testing because there's more of us than women. Is that possible?
no, I think there's more women on Earth than men.
No, really. Eh?
Population. I
Yeah.
Let's
think.
see.
Don't quote me, but I think.
Well, now we'll find out. Um, is there more women on Earth than men?
It's estimated that there are slightly more men than women on Earth currently,
Ah,
though the ratio can vary by region.
It's pretty
Is that
close.
same.
something you were curious about for a particular?
There you go.
Are
So
you-
it
It's
varies
pretty
by region,
close.
but there's just a
Yeah.
little bit more of us than then, and that's probably
Ha.
why they do that, right?
Say that's one of the reasons.
Maybe, but I don't
Now,
think it makes sense still. I'm gonna find out.
I wanted I, I wanted to touch back on the DNA and stuff that you guys were talking about. In my comments, I noted about the O negative blood.
Yeah.
The all blood types Rh factor can be traced back to the rhesus monkey, which is where the Rh comes from,
Okay.
except for O negative.
Okay.
They have scientists at least have no explanation of the source of an O negative blood type people.
Huh.
Some scientists has even went as far as to speculate that it's an alien blood type, that the source comes from somewhere else.
Maybe it's
And
caused by the DNA that we share as it's being split each time through new births and stuff like that. Maybe it was created that way.
maybe, yeah, I thought about that as well. It's it's also interesting to note that it is an ancient blood type.
Okay.
Like it's far back as they can trace for humans, the O negative blood type has been there, but with no explanation to its source. I find I'm O negative, so I've done
Yeah.
a little study. So I find it very interesting
Hmm.
that scientists can give me explanations for A's and B's and all other blood types, but they don't have one for O negative blood
Oh,
type.
wow. Yeah.
So
Maybe
this
it,
is
it comes from an older species of humans that how we know that we were
hmm
Homo before, and then we've changed and stuff like that. So maybe it happened back then.
no
Maybe
homo.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
no
possibly
homo.
Neanderthals or
yeah. How about those giants that they're now finding their bones and I think in Spain or something like that, where they're
yep,
finding these big gigantic bones and big
Yeah,
heads and stuff like
there were
maybe.
stories about that. About the I don't want to get into the hollow Earth theory, but I kind of like that theory because of like a lot of stories of like people coming from the Earth that were a little bigger than they should be
Yeah,
and
and
stuff
we're
like
actually
that.
finding their skulls and stuff now
Yeah.
and their bones and stuff. So,
Um.
yep.
So I forget why I put it
oh,
on us. I was going to say something, but then but I did pull up this year about why they were not testing on women for a while.
yeah,
It was women of childbearing potential, and they mostly did this because there was a tragedy in the '60s called thalidomide,
yeah.
which caused several birth defects. And but then it's like, what do you mean? So you're telling me that testing on a man isn't going to make his sperm, pass on defects or whatever it is?
Maybe
Like,
not.
maybe not, but that's yeah. So back then, at least, they thought that it was a bad idea to test on women who could have babies, probably
Yeah.
because they knew it was important to have
Hmm.
babies. I guess I don't know, but
Maybe because the
interesting.
chemical will sit in the womb and it's bad for the baby, whereas not as a sperm is not a womb,
Mm,
it's just sperm, right?
yeah, it's different.
You're in that womb for 9 months, so you're exposed to it for nine
Hmm
months or something.
That's
Maybe that's
that,
why.
yeah. Well, that's how they
Yep.
find out about autism now. Is basically a combination of all these different toxins that go right through the blood-brain barrier as a child is still developing theirs, and but basically that's why there's such a spectrum. Like
Yeah,
they're so different. Every first kid with autism, it's because they all had a different cocktail of different things. It was all
yeah,
different. But I remember what I was going to say though about the DNA. There was a recent find. I forget the name of the DNA, but they found this evidence that some people with this certain I forget what is a molecular structure or DNA molecule, but some people have this, and it's clearly done. It was not naturally made. It was how do I put it? Like they think it was combined in some way unnaturally, like scientific, like there was, there's a lot of stories of like Nephilim taking like breeding with humans and stuff, but there that could be as simple as these experiments that were done. And I want to find out specifically because I remember the story recently. I just don't remember the details of it. Were there how do I put it?
Before you find that, to the point of the O negative blood types also being the universal donors, maybe they were the original blood types, and all
Yes.
things split from it, because it would make more logical sense that two things
Yeah.
could come from that one source than one thing coming from all other sources.
That could make sense. It's good sense there. Yes.
Let's see if it finds it. I'm probably going to butcher it and not be able to get the details. We're going to be
Like-
wrapping up here in a few minutes, guys. So if you haven't gotten yourself on the door prize in the comments, give me a hashtag or something, and we'll put you on the door prize. Go ahead, Glenn.
Figured I'd smoke some cannabis since we're doing the cannabis
Yeah.
culture page.
I got it right here. Let's go. Yeah. So speaking of, Ty runs a page called Cannabis Connoisseur.
Oh, you are? Oh, well then, Ty,
Yeah.
I'd love to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd love to come on.
Find me on Facebook, Glenn Wallace with the blue check mark. We'll get you on the THC show sometime in February.
Awesome. I'll
I
follow
did
up.
pin your page in the comments on Facebook too. If anybody
All right,
wants
thank
to
you.
find it.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
I just grew out a really nice strain too, Glenn. 31% THC.
Nice. My girlfriend is a legacy grower. She's pulling about 45 pounds out of 15 lights.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You
She's
outdoors
doing it for
though.
over 25
It-
years. We call her
if-
the lady grower.
I've been growing for over 35, and
Okay.
if I could grow that much legally, I would.
Yeah. Oh, no,
But
here in Canada, we have a designated grower program for people
Yeah.
who have medical cannabis. So
Yeah.
you're allowed to have 3 prescriptions at one site. So she works for 3 gentlemen. She's the only
Oh.
employee. She grows for them and provides their medicine for them, and then they pay her for doing that.
That's what we call a caregiver here. But Illinois doesn't allow that to that extent. Like you can grow 5 plants, and your
Yeah.
caregiver can grow 5 plants for you. So that's it.
But
But
see,
you know when they
here in Canada, it's 5 plants for every gram. So if your doctor
Yeah.
gives you a 50 gram per day
oh wow,
prescription, then you're allowed to do those 5 plants 50 times, right? So
wow. Now see, that's
what they
nice.
have.
That's nice.
That's what they have here because they realize that plants will not always grow properly, so they allow you 5 to
Yeah.
1, right?
I did time for this plant, 10
Me
years.
too. Lots of time.
Yeah, I did real time in maximum security penitentiary in my state for
Yeah.
marijuana, and it was
Yeah.
years ago when
Yeah.
everything was illegal. But when they made it medically legal to where I could get a license to grow 5 of them, my first question to them was, "Really? Do you know how big I can grow a plant?"
Yep.
You really
Oh, yeah.
telling me? Because the law, the way they wrote it, didn't have no limits to how much you could harvest. It
Yeah.
just had limits to the matter of how many plants.
could
Yep.
you
So
imagine
my
if they
question
put a
was,
limit
are
on
you
that?
sure? Yeah. Like
you
I've
imagine?
had 20-foot plants outside. You know what I mean? Come on, that's
Yeah, imagine if they were like,
And-
you can only harvest, 3 ounces per plant, or like have some kind of limit. Like, how can you limit that? You never know exactly.
right.
In
Right.
Canada, it's mature plants, so you're allowed 5 mature plant or 4 mature plants, but you can
In
have
flower here.
babies growing, along the lines, right? So that's
Yeah,
what
you can
they
have
do.
yeah. Yeah,
They
you
have
can have as
three
many
buildings.
clones as you want here. As long as
Yeah,
they're
they have
under
3
that
buildings.
threshold. But
One building is clones, one building is teenagers, and one building is
Yeah.
adults, right? So they keep rotating it that way, right? Yep.
yep, that's about to change for America again.
So
Yeah,
this
that's
is what
what
I
the
was
change.
trying to. This is what I was looking at. The query refers to a controversial 2025 preprint study by molecular biologists. This is actually a problem. The preprint studies, where they're printing studies before they're being fully vetted and corroborated and like actually
Oh, yeah.
scientifically tested. So they're printed, and then the rumor gets around before the actual information gets
You're jumping the gun.
yeah, but it says molecular biologist Dr. Max Rempel, founder of the DNA Resonance Research Foundation, which some interpret as evidence of ancient genetic tampering in humans, potentially by extraterrestrial means, published on ResearchGate in May 2025, not peer reviewed. So that's what I was thinking of, peer reviewed. They just don't have. They have the information coming out too fast now before it gets peer. And even the peer reviewed studies can be like bunk, because there were these two guys, Lindsay. I forget his name. There were these two guys that purposely put in a bunch of studies that were fake,
Yeah.
and they got some of them published and peer reviewed and such. Yeah, that's not
Of
totally
course. There's always got to be an opposite, right?
right. Preliminary evidence of
Yep.
traces of alien genetic manipulation in humans.
Yeah.
Analyzed public DNA
Yep.
data sets and claimed to find unexplained parental genetic insertions in some individuals. So obviously it gets into the weeds after that, but it's the study claims these insertions are large sequences of DNA that appear to have been artificially added, not inherently natural, or
Mm.
not inherited
That appear
naturally.
to be. Appear to be.
Right. So
Yeah.
obviously, they're still doing research, but that's interesting that maybe they're finding some DNA that doesn't seem like it was created in a natural way. Like they can't find parenting of it
But
before it or whatever.
how do we know
Interesting.
what a natural way is without learning what a natural way was? Like we don't know everything, right? So we could just be
No.
saying from what we know today, we don't think that was a natural way. But 10 years from now, might find out that, hey, it was a natural way,
Or
right?
connection to some other distant relative, like Ty was bringing up I forget what monkey he said, but they can
Rhesus.
the
Rhesus
rhesus
monkey.
monkey,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
linking what to that?
To the
All,
RH.
all,
Oh yeah,
all humanity is scientifically linked to the rhesus monkey. That's
Yeah.
where we came from, they say.
Huh. Somehow, some way.
Yeah. Yeah. The theory of
And that's
evolution
just
and
been
all
for
that. Yeah.
years too,
well,
Yeah.
you
right?
can actually combine them. We don't have to get into it, but you can be religious and still believe that God created this system that that. So it's kind of an interesting conundrum,
I,
because some
I
people want to
believe
go
in a
one way or
higher
the other.
power because we all carry an aura. And
Yeah.
that
I've always said
aura
that.
is released. Our aura is released when we die, and where that goes to is what I'm interested in finding out.
I,
I'm not afraid of
I
dying
don't
because I want to find out what's on the other side.
right.
I don't think God or religion degrades or devalues evolution like people think.
Yeah,
There could be
No.
there could be a creator and his creation evolved.
yeah.
That's not so hard to believe, is it?
No, but we
Or he
know
or he designed it for that too. I mean,
that there
Yeah.
is a greater power out there that does that we can all manifest. So we all manifest something, and we all get together. It can happen. They've got proof of that. They've done tests
Yep.
where they've sent stuff across the country and watched it change and whatever. Yeah,
Yep.
there's a lot of science in religion. There's a lot of religious
religion
scientists
caused a lot
who
of
really
problems too.
it did, but they also have found, maybe not like religion being true or not true, but found that, to your point, a higher power being almost unquestionable from all these different. There's different things. One thing is like the number. I forget the name of it, but the number of things that a planet has to have to support life. They originally thought it was a few things, then it just that list keeps growing of
Yeah,
things that it has to have. And so they can see that we are our planet is so much more special and like unique than what we think it is. Or in anyway, that's getting into
yeah.
the
I have a theory that maybe we're being visited by other aliens because this planet contains everything that's in the universe. Maybe because we have insects, animals, trees. We all have different kinds of life on this planet. And maybe that's why they come
variety.
and visit us because everything is concentrated right here of
May,
all the things. There might be a planet out there that's just full of plants. There could be a
yeah,
planet that's out there that's just full of worms or something in that family, right? But
right.
maybe
Ty,
he's speaking for his
you on mute,
daughter.
I'm
brother.
sorry.
He's honking because he agrees.
I'm over
Um,
here. I'm over here.
but no, I totally get it. But I will say this though: our planet doesn't actually have. There's some things that we don't have naturally. Like, did you know that nickel doesn't come naturally from our planet? It comes
Really,
from
eh?
it
But
comes
we have
from
nickel mines.
asteroids. It comes from big asteroids or not asteroid, like meteors and asteroids and stuff. It comes from outer space, and I don't know. I
Yeah.
could look that up to be sure, but I just heard that recently.
Wow.
The
But we
nickel
have a
doesn't.
nickel mine right in Sudbury, Ontario. I've been there just this year.
It must be, we get hit with nickel, but I guess they say it's not coming from our core. Kyle, are you still here, bro? Kyle Daigle, are you in the
Plumber says
house?
he told you guys before how aliens mess with our DNA, but you all didn't listen.
Well, you know the whole trope of like a flying saucer picking up a cow. Like there's a lot of like
Yeah.
pictures of those kind of ideas, and maybe
Oh
they
wow.
did come here and they picked up different animals. They got to see how. But I don't know. I do see that there's a lot of overlap in different stories, like the stories of the Nephilim, the
Yeah.
stories of the Anunnaki. There's a lot of overlap along these different different cultures and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm always interested, like, hey, there's got to be some truth to that. I guess Kyle might not be here. I got waiting for this silly Facebook delay.
Hmm.
Um, but if you do have to be here to win, so we might have to spin it one more time. Kyle, are you here? Are you with me?
Yeah.
Just stop to say hi.
Gold is from cosmic events too.
Oh, okay.
Apparently,
Yeah, well,
Margaret Jet is saying that.
I believe it. I feel like that, but you know what though? Honestly, how does that make it any different than occurring naturally here if it's always
Yeah,
happening?
well,
You
probably
know
a
what I
lot of
mean?
the metals did come from the comets that hit our Earth before we were even here.
But it's like, yeah, it's like it's not gonna that's gonna continue happening. So I guess we could still call that a renewable resource almost. Like,
Yeah.
just keep getting hit with it. Uh,
Well, we know that diamonds are created here over a lot of time and stuff like that. So maybe some of these things are created
pressure.
somehow. I don't know.
Well, we have natural. There are natural like nuclear reactions happening where there's plutonium that is sitting in water, and like there's actually that the way that we make nuclear power, there is a natural form of that you can find, which is probably pretty rare, but it's not it's not giving the power to anything or whatever, but it's like it's having that same reaction but in nature. uh,
Yeah.
Kind of interesting. Almost going to be on Glenn.
No, is it gonna do it? Is it gonna do it? Is it gonna do it?
You got
No.
it. You got
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
You got it. You know what
Wow.
that means, Glenn? That means
Hey, I'm here. Oh
well.
wow, look at that. Just squeezed right in there.
I'll tell
You
you what.
are the winner.
Oh wow, what did I win?
I'll tell you what. You won a game night ticket for my game show I do on Sundays.
Oh cool, thank you. You'll have to send me a link.
Um, yeah, it's just I do 5 different shows. Sundays at my like newest show that I added just to like have some fun and to give
Yeah.
some prizes back. Ty played and he won last week actually.
Oh, there you go. What did you
Pretty
win, Todd?
handily. He won a bunch of stuff actually. To be honest, it's pretty crazy how much he won for being a
Nice,
first-time player. He
nice.
won
Maybe I'll
one,
have some more
two,
first time luck.
3, 4, 5 prizes himself
Wow,
personally.
congrats. So you do send to the Canada now, right?
Yeah, I mean that part is a little. I don't have a lot of Canadian participants, so
Oh,
whatever it is, we'll figure it out.
yeah.
If
We'll work it out.
I can always like just give you something else because I could just buy something online and have it shipped to your house from
Yeah,
Canada. So
something like that. Yeah, we'll work it out. Who says I'm going to win, right?
yeah, well, I mean, it's a pretty good chance. I'll give you. I'll just so we could tell everybody as we're talking.
Yeah.
Like I think last week we didn't have us. We only had 2 people out of 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. Out of 13 people, only had 2 that didn't get a prize. So
Okay.
it's
All right.
pretty good.
Well, yeah. Just make sure you throw me a link so I can tune in on Sunday.
Sure, it's at the same time, same bat channel, same
Same time,
bat
11
time.
o'clock. So it'll be 11
Yep.
o'clock my time. All right. See,
Yeah, you're listening.
I only do the one show every week. That's enough for me. Doing
What
5
time?
shows
What
a
day and
week.
time is that? Can you tell everybody? What day and time is your show? The THC Cannabis Show.
Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Cannabis Culture page is live. Rumble is live. 8 out of 10 Glenn on YouTube is live. And then the recorded version goes up on Pot TV.
I'm gonna
Nice.
try to find it real quick.
Yeah, because I'm going to need a link.
You want me to find the YouTube link or the Facebook link?
I'm looking it up on Facebook for now. Most
Oh,
of
I've got it
people.
on Facebook here. I can do that.
This I'm already following. This is the same cannabis culture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see that again. Pull that back
All right.
down, please. Okay.
All right.
Facebook.
And then I'll just go in here to the feed.
I'll invite you to follow them, Ty.
There you go.
Okay,
I
bet.
put it on the YouTube or on the Facebook comment.
Nice. I'll definitely give you a follow.
Yeah.
I have a group. I have the Cannabis Connoisseur group and page.
You might
Okay.
be following already, Ty, because I can't.
Yeah, I think I'm on the
It
Cannabis Connoisseur page already.
won't find
Are
you.
you?
That's weird.
Let me look.
Won't find you.
Cannabis
Hey, we're
Connoisseur.
live here
Huh.
right now. Awesome. This
There's a
gives me
bunch of them
left.
out there, but
All right. Well,
Yeah, I'm following one called Cannabis Connoisseurs.
that's him.
yeah, that's yeah. But
Is
what's
that
the
you?
picture on it? What's the picture?
Hold on a
I
minute.
can't. Yeah.
I know this one. Can you see that?
I no.
What's
It's
up, Red
just
Six?
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see it. You have to bring it closer to the camera, I think.
All right. Let's see.
A little bit closer, a little bit. Yeah, I still can't see it.
There
There
it
you
goes.
go.
Yep, there it
That's
goes.
it.
I see it.
So
Yep,
I'm
that's the
already
page.
following that one. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah.
Appreciate you.
We got Red
Appreciate
Six
you.
in the comments. This is a shirt from his group, Boots to Bushes,
What's up, Red?
right here, and
Okay.
he's about veterans, using cannabis for various reasons.
Cool.
But anyway, let's get out of here, Glenn. If you got anything else you want to plug, man, you're all
Oh,
welcome.
I'm good.
I do want to
Thank
check
you so
out the
much
book
for bringing me on
though.
the show. It was a quick 2 hours. That was great.
It is quick because it's like no matter what the conversation is, when it starts to lull, I got a whole list of like interesting things that we pull from, and it's like it never ends. So it
I,
goes
I
it
don't
goes
I
easy.
don't ever get to a lull. I like to be able to keep it for the hour, and then you always know it's a good interview when it goes quickly, and the event like, oh my god, we're at the end of the time, right? So
Yep,
it's always been a good
exactly.
video, right?
But yeah, bro, we'll talk to you soon, and I'm gonna try to make check out your show on Tuesdays for sure.
Thank you. Yeah.
Guys, go follow Glenn.
Me too.
He has his link in the comments on Facebook if you want to click
This,
that.
this,
And
this
Margaret
week
did
we have Mike from Big Time Genetics, and he's going to be smoking with me the day after my birthday. So we're going to be actually in the Cannabis Culture Studios, and we're going to be doing like last time I sat with this guy, we smoked 18 different strains all at once.
Oh, wow! And it's your
Yeah.
birthday.
Sounds like
is
a good
Monday?
sesh.
Monday's
my
your
birthday's
birthday.
on Monday. On Monday,
Okay.
I'll be
Well, happy
61.
birthday.
Thank you.
Nice. Happy birthday, because I probably won't talk to you before then.
If you come into my show on your birthday,
Yeah.
I play you a little harmonica riff.
All right. So come in on Sunday, the day before my birthday, because you don't do a show on
Could
Monday.
do that.
Do you?
I do a show on Monday. Yeah.
Oh, you do a show on Monday too.
It's,
Okay.
that show's called The Indoor Farmer, and it's literally just about like the average person trying to grow some stuff indoors. It's not just about me. I do show all my pictures of like my plants, but I do want to get out to some farms, and I was doing that for a long time, but it's just hard. It's so much easier because I have plants right here, but I want to get out of the house anyway. So Mondays is my show where I actually talk about my journey and trying to figure out how to be more self-sustainable, learn how to grow cannabis, learn how to grow anything.
Grow hair.
Yeah.
Indoor growing.
I do
need some
that
help
pretty
with
good.
that.
Actually, I do that pretty good. I do that pretty good over here.
Waylon's got a good head of hair.
I was blessed with that, but you know what? My dad was 6'2". I was not blessed with that. That's for sure.
I got that part, and I didn't get the hair. I guess you only get one part.
You can't have it all, you know. I tell you
No,
what.
you can't.
If I was to pick, this is kind of related to the show, but if I was to pick, I definitely would pick tall because there is some kind of phenomenon. I don't know if it's legitimate or if it's just something that humans are apt to do, but we like tall people. We
I
are.
like short girls.
Well, I
I
like
do
short
too.
girls. I guess okay, tall men is
Yeah,
I guess the main thing because almost every U.S. president was over 5'10", 5'11". Like I think even taller. I want to say they're mostly all taller than that even. But it's just crazy how for some reason tall men get like a different level of respect when you walk in the room. You know, you're up there above everybody. I'm 5'9". Like I'm not like short. I'm not tall.
Yeah.
Like,
I get that part, but there's a negative to being tall too.
I'm sure.
Almost as an equal value of the positive, because tall big guys get challenged all the time by smaller men who have a small man complex or something. Man, it's like, oh, you're the biggest dude in the room. Let me go over here and challenge this dude. So you getting a bunch of crap because of it as well. Not to mention, you're always asked to get stuff off the top shelf.
Yeah,
Always. I literally got hired to a book bindery because of my height, because I could reach the top storage shelf.
Yeah, I got these long arms.
Yeah,
I mean,
literally,
I get
they
that.
told me that's why they hired me.
You didn't even say the worst part about being tall, and that's because, or that is that a lot of tall people have much worse problems with joints, and there's other medical issues that come with being too tall.
Yeah.
But
The worst part to me is clothes. Clothes are hard to find when you're of the tall. Not that they don't make those clothes, but like, for instance, I got a really long torso and a little shorter legs that make up together 6'3".
Oh,
It's hard to find pants that properly fit me.
Yeah.
All my life, that's been a problem.
Yeah. McClara says, I like tall men, but they have to have hair.
Yeah.
What,
Can't
does it just have to be on their head, Diane?
Right.
Because I got a lot of hair everywhere else.
Hey, what's up, James?
I wonder where that hair has to be.
Yep, you can't have it all. And yeah. Anyway, you guys, it's been great. Thanks again.
Great.
Oh, you know what? We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes till 4:20.
All right.
Time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's give it a 2 minutes.
So 4:20 Eastern time zone, right?
This would be 4:20. See, it's an hour. It would be an hour before me.
Central.
It's 3:20. It's an hour early for our 4:20.
I've got 1:20 here in Vancouver.
So this is mountain. So this would be 4:20 mountain time, like Colorado and stuff.
It's also Eastern Ontario time, because 3 hours from now in Ontario it is 3 hours ahead. So it's actually 4:20 in Eastern Canada at the same time.
What are they doing?
It's 4:20 somewhere.
Right.
It's always 4:20 somewhere. Yeah.
What are they doing with Quebec up there? Glenn is like, is that still? Is like, are they?
Quebec is the same
French
time
over
as
there.
Toronto.
Are they still super French over there? Like, are they trying?
Oh,
to be
yeah.
separate?
They have the French English law and stuff like that, where everything in there has to have French first and then English second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm not a racist, but I kind of think that might be a good thing in all countries, like speak the language that is of the country. Because if I go to Spain and I want to talk to somebody at a store, I've got to talk in Spanish, right? So if you come to Canada and you work in a store, you should speak English, right? So
that's why I think it's funny that Quebec is like trying to be so different. Like, we're French, we're not.
Yeah.
How's that work for Philippines?
Yeah, right.
Philippines have their own language, but 98% of them speak English, and they're taught it in school.
Yeah, it's strange.
Cheers, James. Cheers, Red 6. Red.
That's one of the places I want to retire to. The nice. Philippines.
I knew some Filipino nurses. They were pretty cool.
All right, it's 4:20. Happy 4:20, everybody.
4:20, everybody.
You got a Dr. Dabber?
Pardon me? Puffco.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, Puffco. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. And
I know a lady. I know a lady who makes who made quite a few pieces for me, but also made the piece that holds my mother's ashes. Her name's Gloria Glass. Yeah. She makes toppers for those Puffcos that are just unbelievable.
I got mine from Amazon for half the price that Puffco charges.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen some of those aftermarket tops though that are like all crazy different and
but they
Gloria's is awesome.
$30 when you can pay $20, and it does the same thing, right?
Right.
Yep.
Before we leave,
Gloria has an old in and out technique with her glass work, man. It's just beautiful.
In and out and then in again, right? By IP Freely or whatever. Anyway, so I want to plug tomorrow's show. Glenn, you should come up on Thursday sometime. It's the last minute right now, but maybe a different week. But on Thursday night, 8:00. Yeah, it'd be 6:00 your time. Tomorrow night, Ty's going to be on. Our topic is going to be accidents and injuries, and then it's like in parentheses, we should have died. We should not be alive. Yeah, 8 out of 10, Glenn. That's what they call
Look like my dad. Look like my dad.
I don't.
I lost saving my daughter from a bear.
Oh, well, my dad got his smashed off at a pig slaughtering factory, but he's
Oh
missing
wow.
the 2 digits right here, just like you.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm missing this much of my thumb, and I'm missing this
Yep.
much of my finger.
Wow.
Mhm.
Partial
Wow.
fingers, yeah. My brother had like 3 or 4 of his fingers cut off at
Oh
working at
wow.
a train yard. He was the
Wow.
guy that was putting the blocks behind the wheels,
Yeah.
train run, and they reattached him, and he's able to like has like limited mobility with him still, which is insane.
Wow. Yeah. No, they had to get
Technology
rid of.
saved that digit.
Put it back on.
They couldn't save mine. They had to cut
No, no.
that. So
All right, yeah, the bear,
You
yeah.
you can see it's half gone, but technology saved it. I had a newer circular saw, and as soon as it hit my finger, it stopped, but it got halfway through it.
oh wow.
So, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
it's
So
supposed
we
to
got
stop
open injuries.
immediately, but it didn't. But it
Ma-
did stop before it took my whole finger off, so I guess it worked.
Yeah, I
Glenn,
guess it did. Yeah.
Mary Jane says, "Hit it hot, Glenn."
Thank you.
Hit it hot, yeah.
That's my friend.
So,
I know who that is.
just
He's
to
on the
finish what I
show a
was
lot
saying,
too. Yeah.
oh, sorry. The show is called People in the Boxes, and we basically play this game called Story Boxes, where everybody that's on screen sends in a couple of stories that have to do with the topic, and then we read them randomly, and we all have to decide like we have to figure out whose story it was, and then once we reveal that, and tomorrow I think we're gonna put a little timer on the part where we figure out who it is. Then once we reveal whose story it is, that person gets the floor to explain everything
Answer
and
questions
actually
and
tell.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
But yeah, it's a fun little panel show. We should have you on sometime. But
Yes,
yeah,
and let me
thanks
know.
again,
I'm always here.
guys.
Yeah,
Remember,
it'd be
hit the
nice
like
to have
button.
you up there, Glenn.
Yeah,
Thank
it'd
you.
be fun. I don't know if we could do it tomorrow. We have kind of a.
No,
I
let's
think
do it next Thursday. Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have to. I think we have to keep it to 5 people. We
Yeah.
figured that out. Any more than five, it becomes hard to actually get through some of those stories. But anyway,
And
I'll talk
usually
to you
I
about it.
see my girlfriend today, but she's a trimmers tomorrow, so
Oh,
she has to go
nice.
to bed early tonight. So
Got
I'll
lucky
actually see
then.
her tomorrow. So I would be busy tomorrow anyway.
Yeah, you were
So
talking about how much she grows. Wow, that's going to be a lot of
yeah,
trimmers
she
there.
she works for, like I said, 3 men, and they have 1,000 plants, and she is constantly working 6 days a week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's impressive.
but
All right,
she's a very very impressive grower. They're getting about $1,100 a pound for her stuff, so which is a pretty good price here in
that
Canada.
is a good price
Yeah.
for. But the price gets driven down so far because when
Well,
places are
I pay $7.50 a pound for some connoisseur stuff, but hers is like top of the line, so they do get a little bit more for her stuff. But yeah,
Is it real connoisseur stuff?
oh, it is. Oh, it is.
I need
Yeah,
to
sounds
go.
like
I
it.
need to go to Canada and get some green. Jeez,
I
you
wanted.
do.
I was
eleven
just
hundred
telling him
dollars a
that
pound.
I want to
Yeah.
check. I want to go there anyway, just for like an event or
Well,
something.
it ranges from $5.50 to $7.50 a pound. You can get some smalls for $5.50.
As low as I can get a pound for here with the people I know is about 750, and that is not connoisseur grade wheat.
Oh,
That's
really?
all I'm
Eh?
saying.
Wow,
No,
really? Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
not even close. You're talking
Wow.
about 1,500 and up for connoisseur grade stuff easily.
Really, eh? That is crazy. So it's cheaper up here, yeah. Because I've got some Blackberry Kush, Miracle Alien Cookie, and Michelle, my girlfriend's Platinum Pink, and they're all top of the line because I've been smoking for 46 years, so I can't have anything that's below
Right.
that, right? So I've got to smoke
Facts.
something that's good, right? But yeah, it's about
Yeah.
$7.50 a pound to buy the really good stuff.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about buying a pound, but buying an ounce today is like you're still 100, 150 ish, depending.
$100 here.
Yeah.
Or if you buy quantity, like at $7.50, that works out to about $50 a pound. I mean, an ounce.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
It goes
Well,
down if you buy quantity, but not that much. Not
yeah,
here.
yeah.
yeah. I think a lot of places like clenched up when it went legal to try and like hold on to the price as much as possible. And anyway, that's another story. We'll get out
Yeah.
of here, guys. Everybody, thanks for coming. Thanks for Mary for popping in from Glenn sharing. Thanks for sharing, Glenn. Guys,
Thank
if you
you.
haven't hit the like button, hit that. Glenn, I don't. What was your name on Rumble? I was going to tell people Glenn Wells / 8 out of 10 Glenn
Yeah.
on Rumble. You guys, if you want to follow him over there, because
Well,
I've
no,
been
that's
pushing.
what my Rumble name. Let's see what my Rumble name is here.
Oh, I see. I see. You just typed that. Okay.
Yeah, I just typed that. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to find you real quick. But yeah, I would push people to Rumble as much as possible because that's my favorite platform. They have their issues, but
I'm
so does
Blue
everybody.
Eyes BC, all one word.
Wish I could see it.
Yeah,
Blue
just
Eyes
Blue Eyes
BC.
BC. Yeah, all
Got
one
him.
word
I'm gonna pull it
on
up.
Rumble.
I
There it
find it
is.
interesting that you were already following the page, my page, and we
Well,
didn't know each other.
Yeah.
I am. I'm part of a lot of groups and stuff. Like being I'm part of cannabis culture. I'm up there with Greg Williams and all those other people. Right? Yeah, there we are. Yeah,
Yep.
there's Dina
Nice.
Larson. Yeah, all
And
the
that's the
shows. Are
cannabis culture page.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
This is
2.5
this is
million.
Rumble.
Yeah, that's the Rumble page, but we're on cannabis culture. So there we are. Yeah.
On Facebook and YouTube.
Yes. YouTube
Okay.
is 8 out of 10 Glenn for a live broadcast, Pot TV for the recorded broadcast.
Okay.
Cool. Well, I
Yeah.
gave you some likes there, Glenn, and I appreciate it. I like
Thank you very
a
much.
fellow Rumbler. Yeah, guys, go check him out. Go check out Ty. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock for people in the boxes. I think I'm gonna head over to locals for just a few minutes if anybody wants to jump over there. I'll be over there for a few minutes until my son gets home. But you guys, again, we'll see you. Have a good one. Remember,
Thanks for having me. Have a great day,
thank you.
everybody.
Thanks, Glenn.
Nice meeting you,
Remember,
Ty. Take care. Cheers.
You too, man.
Bye-bye.
Going to locals.
yep. Remember, I'm trying to do my catchphrase. Remember, guys, everybody's got to eat.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer. Check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm Waylon the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro set up, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's real.